for his support of K13 Media and Jackson High School Athletics. Glad to have John here with us today, and I should say on the broadcast here with us today. Wish he was down here with us. So I can't see my screen at all between the sunshine killing the laptop screen and the dust flying up. I'm going to rely on you guys to make sure nobody's, talking bad about me.
No, everybody's
talking
good, great. So. We got looks like we got a couple of Pickens fans joined in,
which
is awesome.
Yep, before the game, I had a chance to chat with some of their parents back here and hand them a couple of business cards and let them know that, we're here to broadcast the game and we want to welcome their team here. So,
perfect.
In fact, we do. So, from everybody cheering on Pickens, welcome to K13 Media's broadcast. We are the online streaming home for Jackson High School athletics, baseball, football, basketball, softball, volleyball. That is what we do, and we are very, very happy to be here today to bring you live coverage of this elimination ball game. Here we go in the bottom of the first. The senior Tennyson Myrick's going to get the start on the rubber for Jackson. Leading it off for Pickens, it'll be the catcher, Charlie Finley. First pitch here for Myrick's. Knee-high fastball downstairs for ball one. Charlie Finley, the catcher, Allie Long, the third baseman, and Lexi Grizzle, the pitcher. The first three due up here for the Dragons. No score, bottom of the first. 1-0 for Myrick's. Popped up in the infield. Myrick's will chase it. She'll make the call in foul territory and calls off everybody. Called off the first baseman, Claire Johnson. Called off the catcher, Cassie Glover, and not having a repeat of what took place in game one.
Real fast. I grabbed Josh's leg.
I felt something grab my leg. I was like, whoa.
Josh got a little excited for a second there, Flint. You got to be careful.
Sorry.
Yeah, Tennyson took control of that one, and that's the first out. Foul territory here in front of the Red Devil dugout down the third base line. And now to bring up the third baseman, Allie Long. First pitch on the way. Strike on the outside corner. Jackson has on the red pants in game two. They've got the navy blue tops with the white sleeves. Pickens, white tops, white pants. They've got the green pinstripes and the green socks. And that's not a
good-looking, clean uniform.
It is. I like it. Good look. Classic look. 0-1, belt high, like a changeup for Myrick's, but a little too high. And it's going to even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but, on their game changer, they have her, this long, and in parentheses,
University of West Georgia.
Yeah, University of West.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. So
our fans will let us know. Here's the pitch. Pop foul again out of play behind us. I'm going to tell you right now, if nobody leaves this tournament with a concussion in the stands, that is a freaking miracle. As many foul balls that have been flying behind here, there's no nets behind us, and every time one goes, it is just like 100 people covering their head.
Yeah, we're in the middle of 5 fields.
Yes.
No netting.
1-2, good spot, little outside, little low at the knees, and it's 2-2.
It was a good take also.
We are on field 3. Again, there's 5 of them right here in this little circle behind, I guess, the score table and the concession stand, so beware. 2-2 count, here's the pitch, swung on and missed. There's strikeout number 1 for Tennyson Myrick's. Went downstairs, low and inside, right around the shoelaces of Allie Long, and that's going to be out number 2, the first strikeout for Myrick's, who's been averaging about 64 strikeouts a game in her last 3 starts.
Yeah,
she's been on it here the past few games.
Yeah, Miss Amanda Moss-Bridges says she is a University of West Georgia.
All right, that's great. Congratulations, Allie Long. That's a fun campus. That's a fun college town out in Carrollton. She will have a lot of fun out there playing softball. So congratulations to Allie. And look, that's one of the things we like to do here on the broadcast. Yes, we are from Jackson. Yes, we cheer on our Red Devils, but, man, we just love good competition. Love to cheer on the teams, love to cheer on the coaches, the players, the fans.
And highlight good plays and talent.
Absolutely, man. I mean, yes, we are here to root on our team, no doubt, but we will cheer for everybody out here playing. Lexi Grizzle, the pitcher at the plate. First pitch was taken for a ball, swung right through the 1-0, and that'll even the count at 1-1.
Tennyson's doing good at locating that low fastball today. Keep that ball out of the air.
She has been from the knees to the ankles. She has been working low. That's a good sign. 1-1 on the way. Swung right through it, and as soon as we say it, she brings one up around the belt on the outside corner. And that's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs, bottom of the first. No score. First elimination game going on now. Jackson and Pickens. Here's the 1-2. Myrick's delivers. Pickens pops it up a mile high, and Macy Batchelor, the Jackson shortstop, will call off everybody right behind the circle. And that'll be out number 3. So it's 3 up and 3 down for Pickens. And their first at bat in the bottom of inning number 1. We are quickly through 1, and there is no score here in Columbus between Jackson and Pickens. Our coverage of today's game being presented by Uncle Chewy Entertainment. Former Red Devil Derek Adams there for all of your outdoor fun with bounce houses and inflatables. They can even now offer glow-in-the-dark foam parties. Be sure to check out Uncle Chewy Entertainment for more details and a complete listing of all of their rentals that are available. Want to say this afternoon, big thank you and a hello to Dr. Leslie Biles with Georgia Kids Pediatrics for helping us get down here. She came on last minute the other night. Coach Biles sent me a message and said Leslie wanted to help. And let me tell you something, she helped in a huge, huge way. I don't know if all of you are aware of this who are listening, but it is not free to come down here and broadcast. There are fees you have to pay to the Georgia High School Association. Of course, you've got hotels, you've got fuel, you got meals. And basically, Dr. Biles said, how much do we need to cover the cost? And she took care of it. So, Dr. Biles, we cannot thank you enough at Georgia Kids Pediatrics for coming on and helping us get down here to bring everybody live coverage of Jackson High School Lady Devil softball. It is greatly appreciated from the bottom of all of our hearts. I assure you of that. Top of the second inning, number 6 spot in the lineup, Kylie Lawrence at the plate, the Jackson sophomore. Here comes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Kylie pitched 7 innings against Wesleyan yesterday, struck out 8 batters, gave up 6 singles, did not give up a single walk, and held Wesleyan scoreless for 6 1/3. Here's the 1-0 inside and low, and it's 2-0. And, of course, in the top of the second inning, against the Clemson commit, Macy Cintron from Wesleyan, our sophomore, hit a bomb to straightaway center, and we held a 1-0 lead over the top team in the state all the way until there was 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch from Grizzle. There's an inside strike right at the knees. That'll bring the count to 2-1. Kylie, Maddie, Bailey. First 3 due up for the Devils. Here in the top of inning number 2. Sophomore Kylie Lawrence at the plate. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Just missed outside, and it's 3-1. As soon as Kylie finishes her at bat, we'll give you the defensive lineup here for Pickens. Again, normally we have about 10 or 15 minutes before the first pitch to kind of set the scene. Tonight we had about 10 or 15 seconds. 3-1 on the way. There's a strike at the belt. Delayed call by the home plate umpire, but it's a good one. Right down the middle. Runs the count full. Grizzle's had several full counts already. I want to say out of 6 batters, this is already her 3rd full count. She's got her sign, the wind, and here comes the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Kylie was way out front. Looked like she was expecting fastball. And she was way out in front of that breaking ball. And that's going to be the 3rd strikeout for Grizzle. It's the 3rd consecutive strikeout for the Pickens pitcher. And that was going to bring up the Jackson DP. This is Maddie Batchelor. First pitch on the way to Maddie is upstairs for ball 1. One of 7 Jackson seniors in the lineup here today. They've been named the Super 7. And for all the Pickens fans who are tuned in, we only have 13 players in our entire program. We don't have a JV team at Jackson. Here comes the 1-0 to Maddie downstairs, and it's 2-0. So, when these 7 seniors graduate next spring, it doesn't take a genius with a math degree to figure it out. You need 9. You got 6 coming back. Here comes the 2-0 to Maddie. Strike inside. Evens the count at 2-1.
Got an update in the other elimination game between Harlem and Pike. Harlem's up 2-0 going bottom of the 2nd in that game.
2-1 count to Maddie. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hit softly, going to bounce out a second, take a tricky roll, and Maddie's going to reach. Hey, we said at the end of game 1, you got to have some luck in this tournament. That ball landed right in front of River Becker, the second baseman for Pickens. And when it did, it just skidded to the right. And Maddie's able to reach with an infield single.
It's like one of them cue balls you hit off, you know, put that English on it. And
trick shots. That's what it was. She caught her shot. I saw her. That'll bring the senior Bailey Gavel to the plate. She'll show bunt, and the ball hits her right in the stomach. And the home plate umpire is going to call a strike. She did not get the bat turned back. And she definitely ate that one.
There ain't no much you could do on that. That was coming right at you.
And let's just say we thought it got her stomach. It did not. It got a little above that area. We'll leave it at that. But not the spot you probably want somebody to come rub it out for you. 0-1 count to Bailey Gavel. Top of the second inning, runner at first, one out. Number 8 spot in the lineup for the Devils. Here comes the 0-1. She shows bunt. This time she gets it down. It's taken at third. Foul ball called.
She picked it up just on the other side of the line.
But her feet.
It don't matter where your feet are. It's where the ball is fielded.
But the ball bounced
like it was inside the line, like it was in fair territory.
Yeah.
Oh, man, tough call there.
Like it wasn't like she's reaching across the line. The ball was still in the air.
0-2 count. Here it comes. Swung on and missed, and down goes Bailey. Strikeout number 4 for Lexi Grizzle. So the Devils can't catch a break on that one. And now we're at the bottom of the order. This is our number 9 batter, the second baseman, Madeline West. One of the 7 seniors on the team for the Devils. 2 outs, runner at first. Top of the second, nothing ball game. First pitch on the way. This one is drilled out toward left center.
It's in the gap.
It's going to roll all the way to the fence. Maddie Batchelor around third. She's got a green light. Throw to the plate is going to be close but late. Throw back to second. Maddie's back with a head first dive.
Totally redeemed herself. Beautiful. Beautiful. And the parents are going wild.
Yes, they are.
And the brothers are here to see that. Beautiful.
RBI single for the Jackson senior Madeline West to left center field. And that puts Jackson on the board 1-0. And why is that so big for the confidence of this team in Madeline West? Well, it's very simple. In the last game against Wesleyan, we were telling you Jackson had an out in the 7th. They were on their way to win it. When Lady Luck just shined away, as now Macy Batchelor, the top of the order, fouls it down the first base line. There was a fly ball hit to second in the 7th inning that Madeline lost in the sun. The ball came down, hit her right in the face. That allowed the runner to get on for Wesleyan. The very next pitch, the Wesleyan batter sent it to right field, scored the run, and the game was tied. That is how you redeem it there. Could not be happier for Madeline West, who will now break for third as this ball gets away from the Pickens catcher.
I would like to say on that play at the plate was a lot closer than I would have thought.
Man.
That was a beautiful relay there from Ellie Hollis out at shortstop. She had to go way out there to retrieve that ball, and she threw a dime just a little late.
1-1 count here to Macy Batchelor. Runner at third. Here's the pitch. Inside strike. Good spot from Lexi Grizzle, and it's 1-2. Golden opportunity here for the Devils. A base runner at third with 2 outs in the top of the second. Grizzle's ready. Here comes the 1-2 outside, and he was the count at 2-2. That's a good spot to miss on a 2-strike count. See if the batter will chase. Macy did not. And the count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lexi Grizzle, the junior, pitching for the Dragons of Pickens. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Low and in the dirt. Good block behind the plate by Charlie Finley.
You ever
Keeping
been
that
up,
one in front of her.
You ever been up toward Pickens?
I
Jasper?
can't.
Jasper?
I know that's like the world capital of Jeeps.
Nope. Marble capital.
Marlboro.
Marble.
I thought you were talking about cigarettes.
Marble or granite, one of them.
I'm sorry. Hey, I grew up in a Winston Marlboro area, you know. So here's a 3-2. Inside, strike 3 call, and that's going to retire the side. Good spot from Grizzle. Down goes Macy. That is the 5th strikeout for Lexi Grizzle. It retires the side in the top of the second, but Jackson strikes first. A redemption RBI double by the senior Madeline West puts the Devils up early 1-0 as we go to the bottom of inning number 2. Tonight's coverage of Red Devil softball is being presented by High Point Construction and Mr. Josh Gentle. I want to say thanks to Josh for hopping on board here again during our postseason coverage of Jackson High School Red Devil athletics. He was with us for volleyball, here with us for softball, and going to be with us for the Red Devil postseason coming up in just a couple of weeks. Again, thank you so much for the support of High Point Construction and Mr. Josh Gentle. Today, we'd also like to say thank you to Clark Burge at Country Financial. Clark is located on 2nd Street in downtown Jackson. He is there for all of your retirement and insurance needs, from 401ks to IRAs, life insurance, and more. Stop by and see Clark today at Country Financial, located right across from the Brickery in downtown Jackson. Alongside of Flint Gavel and Josh Biles, I'm Chad Feltman with K13 Media. Our coverage today presented by our title sponsor of the May and Carter Oil Company. We are live at the South Commons Softball Complex in Columbus. I didn't realize just how close we were to the Georgia-Alabama line. Literally, the Chattahoochee River right behind the field behind us.
Yeah.
The Riverwalk, I was looking on the GPS. Why nobody has scheduled a dinner time river viewing dinner? I don't know.
Or Halloween River Walk, Haunted Trail,
yeah.
something.
Skylar Weaver, the first baseman, will lead it off. First pitch swinging, foul ball, pop fly, first base line, out of play. And it's going to be 0-1.
Yeah, I guess there was a lot of traffic going after the open ceremonies this morning because all 64 teams were here at one time. It sent me into Alabama and to Phoenix City to come back up the interstate to get back into Columbus.
It did that to the team bus yesterday, too.
Yeah.
Sure did. 0-1, the count to Weaver, the first baseman. Check swing. Did she go? We did not even ask for an appeal. Oh, man, I think we just wasted one there because it looked like she did not hold back that swing, but got to at least ask. It's a ball. It's 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Popped up again right side. This one might stay in play toward the dugout, and it's going to hit the metal roof. Just about the same spot as that first pitch was.
Got the roof and Claire right on top of the noggin.
Did it really?
Yeah.
What is up with our players getting hit in the head this tournament?
Bounced off the roof and hit her on top of the tater.
That right side of the infield's been taking a beating the first couple of games.
Well, this left side of the infield, that sun is about to be right eye level.
1-2 on the way. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Good fastball from Tennyson. Weaver swung right through it. First down of the inning and the second strikeout for Tennyson Myrick's as the first baseman for the Dragons goes down swinging. I don't know. We've played another team with a mascot of the Dragons. I know we haven't this year. I don't know when the last game.
I don't know any in Georgia that are Dragons.
Yeah, I've been doing this since 2004.
Maybe like arena football?
I mean, a high school team. I don't know. I've done this for a long time, and I can't think of another high school mascot that I've ever broadcast that were the Dragons. I had to double check this morning when I was looking for my prep, make sure I was looking at the right Pickens, not from somewhere else in the country. As Jones will step into the plate.
We've got some friends that live up there in Pickens. We go up there, try to get up there every once a month.
This is Ainsley Jones, a sophomore. 0-1, hit out towards straightaway center. Kylie Lawrence with a long run. She'll come in and make the catch right at the edge of the grass. She'll call off Macy and Madeline, and the Jackson sophomore makes the catch for out number 2 in shallow center field. So 2 quick outs, and it'll bring up the left fielder, Hannah Parks.
Hey, what a good time right here at Halloween. The Devils and the Dragons playing each other.
Pretty good, yeah. Pretty doggone good. Love cool mascots. And I know there's some good ones throughout the state of Georgia. First one that always comes to mind when I think of mascots in Georgia is the syrup makers from K-Road.
K-Road.
First pitch on the way is in for a strike. The Johnson of Savannah High School mascot are the Atom Smashers. That was always a fun one during football. Yes, sir. But you didn't know that, did you, Flint Gavel?
Do they have Albert Einstein
I don't know.
Costume or something walking around?
Hannah Parks is at the plate. Here comes the 0-1. Swung right through the fastball, and it's quickly 0-2. I mean, I'm sure everybody tuned into the broadcast and obviously give us some good mascots.
Good ones, yeah.
Be sure to drop a comment if you're tuned in with us today. Thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you here. Doesn't matter if you're cheering on Jackson or Pickens. We're glad to have you with us. 1-0 ball game, bottom of the second. Jackson leading it. 0-2 count here to Parks. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back to the screen, and it's going to remain 0-2. You know you're close to the backstop when the ball hits the chain link fence and you get all kind of debris falling on your broadcast table.
Yeah.
That's about as close as it gets.
I think that was a piece of the black coating off the chain right there that got me.
Count remains 0-2 to the left fielder, Hannah Parks. Here's the pitch. Popped up to left field. Could be trouble. In the sun, the wind is going to catch it. Bailey Gavel with the shades on in left field makes a great catch on the run. Boy, that ball was moving like crazy with the wind catching it.
That wind
Bailey
just picked up out of nowhere.
Yeah, she tracked it all the way toward the left field line, and she'll put it away for out number 3. So again, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on for Pickens. In the bottom of the second, it's a 1-0 Jackson lead. Our coverage of Red Devil softball from Columbus is being presented by our good friends at Countryside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Jackson. The largest inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles on one lot at I-75 exit 205 in Jackson. Be sure to check out the website at countrysideautomotive.com. Right now, during Ram Power Days, up to $13,000 off Ram trucks. During Jeep Adventure Days, up to $12,000 off Jeep Gladiators and up to 25% off MSRP on Jeep Grand Cherokees. Again, that's Countryside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, I-75 exit 205 in Jackson. Going to the top of the third inning. 2-3-4 spot due up here for the Red Devils. Again, pitching is the junior Lexi Grizzle. She has pitched well so far. First time through the lineup, she struck out 5. Only hit was that RBI double to the Jackson number 9 batter last inning. Again, she's spinning that ball in that right hand. Got what she likes, and here's the first pitch to Myrick. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
I see a couple of people calling them the netties.
Yeah,
I
so
wonder
please.
if that's dragon nets.
I don't know. Maybe so. It makes sense. Again, we're interested.
We're learning.
So Pickens fans tuned in, hey, let us know. Here's the 1-0 is outside. We follow the comments during our Facebook broadcast. I know we're on YouTube, but we normally keep our comment section up on Facebook. That's the place to drop the comments. But yes, the netties. I've noticed that too. Here's the 2-0. Myrick smokes this one to right center. It's got some distance. It's going to go, and it's going to be off the fence. Tennyson round second. Myrick's on her way to third with a leadoff triple. That ball continued to carry and carry and carry, and I thought the wind was going to send it out of the park in right center. But the center fielder, Ainsley Jones, with a diving attempt, couldn't come up with it. Ball's going to roll to the fence, and Myrick is on third with a leadoff triple. It is her second hit of the game.
Just kept carrying, and right into that right center gap.
So the leadoff runner at third for Jackson. And that's going to put Big Mac to the plate. And before we get a pitch, we are going to have a visit out of the dugout here for Pickens. Head coach Sarah Pinson will come out and have a word with her team. And this visit to the circle is being presented by the Sellers Law Firm in Griffin, Georgia. That's where you'll find award-winning attorney Jody Sellers, there for all of your legal representation. Be sure to check out thesellerslawfirm.com for more details of how they can help you. And tell you what, they got a lot of big events coming up too, with trick-or-treating and Santa and Thanksgiving. The Sellers Law Firm. I don't know if there is another locally owned business, and I don't just mean attorneys, I mean businesses, period, who is more involved in the community than Jody Sellers at the Sellers Law Firm in Griffin. That man does not sleep. Don't know how he does it, but he does one heck of a job. While we have this second and this timeout, let's get an update on the tournament brackets. We know that we've got one final already from today in Class AAA. Wesleyan defeated Morgan County by a final of 10-0. And was it Harlem? Who beat Hebron Christian? Hebron Christian beat Gordon Lee 1-0. Gordon Lee has been the #1 ranked team in AAA almost all year.
Yeah, that girl, she must have been unhittable. She has 17 strikeouts.
First pitch to Mack is inside for ball 1. So Gordon Lee gets the winner of this game tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
How do you like that early? Get to play Gordon Lee in an elimination game in your third game of the tournament. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch from Grizzle. Outside. Mackenzie North, the Jackson senior at the plate. Left-handed batter, the only left-handed batter in the lineup for the Devils. Going to play college softball next year at Charleston Southern.
We've also got Westland tomorrow at Hebron.
Swung on and missed. It's 2-1. That'll be a pretty good game, maybe.
Yeah. That's going to be, ain't
That's
that going to be at the stadium?
Yep.
Yeah, what time's that one?
3 o'clock.
So
we go ahead and win ours today and win tomorrow, and we can go watch that game.
well, we'd have to play again at 3 o'clock. 2-1 is inside. It's 3-1. So whoever wins that 11 a.m. game tomorrow morning plays at 3 tomorrow. So you could play 2 games tomorrow.
Yes.
You could play 3 games on Saturday, working your way out of this loser's bracket. Here's the pitch to Mack. Fouled, first base line, and look where Layla's standing out. She is almost right here in front of the fans to our right. She has shifted down a little bit. She's not going to dodge another foul ball off the bat of Mack.
Yeah, the other losers bracket is Harlem and Pike. The winner of that will go face Morgan County tomorrow. That scores 2-0 in the third inning right now. Harlem's up 2-0.
3-2 pitch to Mack. Here it is. Pop fly, right field line, and it's out of play. Well, we don't have a wooden bat. It's not Mack's bat. She's got it picked up. I didn't realize this tournament was so doggone particular that you have to have a bat check in before you can even play.
They do a pressure check on them.
Yeah, I learned something new yesterday. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner at third. Grizzle's ready, the 3-2 to Mack. Low and outside, and it's ball 4. And that is the second straight time Mack will draw a walk. And that now will put runners on the corners for Jackson. And here comes the junior Layla Watts. Top of the third inning. Jackson leads it 1-0. Runners on first and third. Layla digs in. Here's the first pitch. Inside for ball 1. Last time Layla was up, she struck out looking.
You got Brandon Rice saying, "What's up, Cadillac?"
Brandon Rice, the head coach for the Rock Springs Christian Academy Eagles, who won the state championship over Skipstone last year. I had a chance to go broadcast that series. They played it at Luella High School. And wait till you hear this number. Here's the 1-0 outside, and it's 2-0. 8 hours and 53 minutes to play 2 games last year.
Oh, wow.
I learned the first hand and the hard way that you can only have a Facebook Live broadcast go for a maximum time of 8 hours. So with about 5 innings into that second game, it shut itself off. 2-0 from Layla's in the dirt, and it's 3-0. And I'm sitting here thinking, what is going on? I had to reboot everything, so, learned the hard way, but congrats to Coach Rice and Rock Springs. That's where my daughter goes to school, the Eagles state champs last year.
Chris Morris, Big Meat's like why the cops get called on you.
Yeah, that story coming up in just a second. I told you we got some topics to discuss here today. First business at hand, the pitch to Layla in the dirt, and that's ball 4. 4 straight pitches, and Layla is heading down to first base, and that's going to load him up. So yesterday, before we got our first broadcast in, we're setting up the tent, setting up the table, and apparently we were set up in a place we weren't supposed to be. Well, my first time here, I didn't know. So one of the officials here at the park comes by, and like a real smart you-know-what, runs his mouth to us, and I guess y'all just can't read. Well, that took me the wrong way. But not because he said it to me. It was because how he responded to my buddy T. Carmichael when T was telling him, give us a second and we'll move. First pitch on the way is in for ball 1, and he smarted off at T and said, I don't need any talk back. There's no argument. You need to do it right now this second. And that's when I spoke my piece and told the man what I thought about him, and he didn't have to be rude to T, who was just trying to help. And apparently his sensitive rear end went back and told the police on duty to come have a word with me. Here's a strike outside.
And by the time the officers got there, we had already moved.
Right. We had already moved.
Like, what's the problem?
Right. We had already moved like we told them we were going to do. And thankfully we had Officer Burdett here with us from Butts County who was helping, but just uncalled for. So, I mean, it's like, come on, man. You know, you want to get smart with me, we can take it to the parking lot. That's fine, but here's the 1-1 to Cassie. Rips this one down the left field line. Oh, she just missed a grand slam. The fence is 200. She probably hit that one about 340 down the left field line.
It was still going when it got over the other fence.
Gosh. But anyway, to close out the story about the police being called, we can have a word and handle things. That's fine, but there is absolutely zero tolerance. You're going to try to be a smart butt and take it out on my buddy T. Carmichael, who will give you the shirt off his back if you were to ask him. So here's the pitch. Popped up behind home plate. Inside, it's going to be caught just inside the fence. Throw back to third is close. Myrick's a little too far off the bag. Almost got picked, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. So Cassie pops it up behind home plate for the first out. They're still loaded, and here comes Kylie.
And then to add, we got the tent set up for 4 innings, and they come and tell us to take it down after 4 innings of having it up.
So we're in our spot we're supposed to be. We're not blocking anybody. We've had the 10 up for 4.5 innings. First pitch to Kylie is in the dirt. Good stop behind the plate again by Finley. And then they come over and, again, didn't ask. Just the hospitality has just been crap. You know, I preach all the time, just be nice. If you just simply ask somebody, hey, man, can you take your tent down? Hey, man, can y'all slide over? It works a lot better. Kylie sends this one flying down the left field line out of play, and it'll even account at 1-1.
Yeah, attitudes should not have been brought out until they need to be brought out.
Correct. I mean, listen, I can be your best friend or I can be your biggest pain in the rear end. Your call. But you certainly aren't going to take it out on somebody here, you know, who means the world to me and this team just because you want to. It's not going to happen. 1-1 on the way to Kylie. Outside is 2-1. We're at the top of the third inning. Jackson leads 1-0. The Devils have the bases loaded with 1 out. And at the plate is the Jackson sophomore, Kylie Lawrence. Pitching for Pickens is the junior, Lexi Grizzle. Here comes the pitch. Fouled right back in front of me. And that will bring the count to 1-2. How about these two legends tuned into the broadcast? I mean, it's ironic they're back-to-back. Yeah. They're always trying to one-up each other. Lord. Bill Hamby and Ricky Johnson. Peanut and Bill. I mean, my God, they coach against each other for 20 years at the rec department. Now they're commenting back-to-back here on the broadcast. Pitch on the way to Kylie. Spins in there a little low, and it's ball 2. Two great Red Devils right there. Love them both to death.
I coached against Peanut. He didn't have nothing for me.
He don't. He's all talk. He's like a little chihuahua, big bite, you know, big bark but no bite. That's kind of Peanut. Oh, he is gonna smack me next time he sees me. I promise you that. 3-2 to Kylie. Ooh. Strike 3. She had a duck. It was up around the letters, and she'll get rung up. Second time she goes down, and that's the second out. The Devils again with a golden opportunity here in the third with the bases loaded. We left runners at second and third in the first inning. And now we've got them loaded in the third with 2 outs, and here comes Maddie Batchelor. First pitch on the way. Here it is. At the knees inside for ball 1. Maddie had an infield single in the first inning. Hit a little lazy pop fly in front of second base. It hit the dirt and then skipped to the right before Becker, the second baseman, could do anything with it. Base hit here would score definitely 1, maybe 2. Here's the 1-0. High and outside is 2-0. And now maybe wait until you see a strike. Don't help her any. Been a rough inning for Lexi Grizzle. She's walked 2. Gave up the leadoff triple. But the last 2 batters, Cassie Glover popped out behind home plate. And Kylie Lawrence went down looking at a high strike 3 call.
Little meeting on the mound. Not sure if they seen something Tennyson's doing and maybe trying to get a free out.
I don't know, but we got another visit here to the circle. Top of the third inning, 1-0. It's an elimination game. Loser is done for the season. Winner will play tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. against Gordon Lee, who got beat today 1-0. Gordon Lee has been ranked number 1 all season in Class AAA. 2-0 count to Maddie. Let's see how patient number 24 is here. Grizzle's ready. Here's the pitch. She was not. Lifts it to center. It's going to get out for a hit. 1 run comes in. Here comes Mack around third. Throw to the plate is late. And now the Red Devils are in a rundown. Throw to third is going to be in time. Layla Watts is going to get picked, trying to go from second to third. But 2 runs will come in. Off the bat of Maddie Batchelor. It's a 2-out, 2-run single. It's going to give Jackson a 3-0 lead. But again, a good play by the catcher, Charlie Finley, to pick off Layla Watts, who was trying to get from second to third. And that is how the top of the third will come to an end. Miss Clutch, Maddie B, 2 hits, 2 RBIs on the day. And that's going to give Jackson a 3-0 lead as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Our coverage today of Red Devil softball being presented by Mr. Mike Stewart in the Outback Body Shop located in Jackson. Mike is there for all of your dents and dings. He can take care of all of your fender benders. And yes, he can even match any paint color you can imagine, including all of the factory OEM colors. Be sure to stop by the next time you need help with your ride and see Mike Stewart, Outback Body Shop at the intersection of Stark Road and Highway 36 in Jackson. And, of course, we are coming to you live today, just like we do every single Red Devil broadcast, from the Advanced Roofing and Interiors broadcast booth right behind home plate. Big thank you to Mr. Thomas Boswell and the crew for bringing you live coverage of Red Devil softball. Advanced are there for all of your roofing needs, gutters, siding, paint, fencing, concrete, and more. Be sure to check out Advanced Roofing and Interiors on Facebook. Going to the bottom of the third inning, Jackson on top 3-0. Clutch base hit by Maddie Batchelor. And here we go in the bottom of the third. 8-9-1 spot in the lineup. First pitch swinging, sent over to the right side. It's going to be Madeline West making the catch behind first base. Off the bat of the shortstop, Ellie Hollis. One pitch, or excuse me, nope, that is Jaden Park. Help me out here, Flynn. I'm looking at your writing.
That was number
I got number one. Yeah, Jaden Thomore.
Yeah, no, it should be Parks.
I got game changer.
I got Jaden Thomore on my lineup from the coach. So, and coming to the plate now should be Ellie Hollis is what I'm showing. Thank you, Josh. All right, so we're correct. We're on there. Number 8 batter here at the plate in a 3-0 ball game for Pickens. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Missed downstairs, and it's 2-0 again. Well, it was last minute for us to get on the air as the fans were shifting from the Noonan and South Effingham game that took place right before us. I mean, it was a mad dash to get here and get set up before this one started. 2-0 on the way from Myrick. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Bottom of inning number 3. Jackson leading 3-0. Nobody on, 1 out. Shortstop Ellie Hollis batting here for Pickens. River Becker, the second baseman, is on deck. Myrick's is ready. Here comes the pitch. Missed upstairs, and it's 3-1. So far, Myrick's has yet to give up a hit or a walk. Hopefully we can keep that trend going. She's behind in the count here, 3-1.
I think Tennyson missed a sign there,
yeah,
or a
you can
number.
tell that she and Cassie were off because the ball came off of the catcher's glove. She was not expecting the pitch Myrick's brought in. 3-1 on the way. Knee-high strike on the outside corner. Runs it full at 3-2.
Did a little bit defensive adjustment on that right side also. They backed him up a little bit in right field.
I like Chris Morris's response to our conversation about the treatment with the police. 3-2 pitch on the way, fouled back. Yes, don't be a giant, enormous Richard. And that comes from a guy whose nickname is Big Meat. You're correct. Hey, big shout out to Sam and the crew at Collier's Greenhouse and Garden Center tuned in to us from back in Jackson. Full count here in the bottom of the third. Myrick's working. Gets her sign. Here's the pitch. She's going to miss way upstairs, and that's going to be ball 4. First base runner of the game here for Pickens. Ellie Hollis will draw a one-out walk. And now that'll bring up the number 9 batter. This is the second baseman, River Becker, wearing number 6. So the first base runner here for Pickens comes with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There was more stuff we had to talk about during this broadcast, too. Next topic of discussion. First, swung on and missed on the first pitch by Beckers. What did T. Carmichael do in the hotel at 4 a.m. yesterday morning to get in trouble by the hotel staff? I'm sure his dad is tuned in right now. Mr. Tommy has been waiting all day to find out. Only T. 0-1, popped up, left field line, and going to get out of play, and it's 0-2. So yesterday at 4 a.m., while the entire hotel was asleep, all the team, the coaches, everybody, T decided he wanted to go for a little walk. Exercise through the hotel. Up and down the stairs, up and down the hallways. And finally, the manager at the front desk had to escort T back to his room, which, by the way, he's my roommate. He and I are together these 4 days. I had no idea he was gone. I was out. There comes the 0-2 from Myrick's upstairs for ball 1. I mean, I could have slept through a tornado last night. I was done. I had no clue T left the room. I had no clue he was walking around the hotel, but 4 a.m., he was escorted back very nicely. You know, the manager was super nice, but just like, hey, man, you know, we got a workout room if you need to do some exercise. 1-2, fouled back again to the fence.
And this was Tuesday night.
Yes, Wednesday night. No, Tuesday night.
Tuesday
You're right,
night.
when we arrived, yep. At 4 a.m. Wednesday morning. And the way I found out about it was hilarious. So we're getting ready to go down for breakfast, and me and T, again, this is about 6:30 or 7. I have no clue what's been going on. We're going to the elevator. Me and T get on the elevator. Here's the 1-2, again fouled off at the plate. And Coach Duffy meets us on the elevator, and T just has this look on his face of guilt. And Coach Duffy's like, what's wrong, T? And, of course, T, I got in trouble. And me and Duffy are looking at each other like, what'd you do? And that's what he starts telling us. He told on himself. So, see, if he had not told anybody, the only person who would have known would have been the hotel manager and T. Carmichael. But all is good. T is here with us behind the booth.
We got another story about T this morning, too.
Yes, we do. We're going to save that for tomorrow.
Yes. No. So this morning we're all eating.
Oh, you got a different one.
The
Okay.
girls are downstairs.
Oh, boy.
And Coach Duffy comes off the elevator, and his eyes are red. He's almost got smoke coming out of his ears, and he walks out, and the first thing he says, T, you ever call me at 5 o'clock in the morning again?
Well, to
he
T's
called him
credit,
over
he
and
texted
over
him
and
first.
over. Yes. He said, I was just helping you out, Coach.
1-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Becker. So she'll go down swinging. So when T woke up this morning, he decided to text Coach Duffy at 5:30, who was sound asleep. Well, Coach Duffy, of course, did not immediately return the text, and T was worried about him, making sure Coach was okay. So T released this just outlash of phone calls to Coach Duffy. And first pitch in for a strike here to Charlie Finley. And let's just say Coach Duffy, who treats T like a son and loves him to death, was not in any kind of mood for it this morning. And T has been banned from using his phone the rest of today and tomorrow. So the only phone call that T. Carmichael is allowed to make right now is back home to his mom and dad. That is it. Nothing and 2 the count here to Charlie Finley. Top of the order for Pickens. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jackson leading it 3-0. Runner on first is Ellie Hollis. She drew a walk. 0-2 for Myrick's. Fouled off the mask of Cassie Glover. And the count will remain 0-2. So that's 2 of our stories from yesterday. Well, actually, let's see. We talked about the police getting called. We talked about T. Carmichael getting in trouble at 4 a.m. Then we gave you the bonus T. Carmichael story from this morning. Oh, yeah, there's a couple other things to talk about, too. And I'll let these two beside me weigh in on this next topic when we go to the top of the 4th, because they're going to know this better than I am. First, the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, gets away from Cassie. Runner from first, Ellie Hollis will break for second, and she's going to get in with no throw. Ball is downstairs, rolls all the way to the backstop. And it's going to bring the count to 1-2. So now Pickens will have an RBI opportunity with a runner at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 85 degrees in Columbus. It is hot. Here's the pitch from Myrick's. Popped up out of play into the fans, and this one off the top of the press box, about a half a mile behind us.
And the left side of our infield is using whatever they can find to block the sun because it is almost eye level now.
I mean, there's maybe 2 or 3 clouds in the sky down here. Man, it is just brutal hot. No shade, no tents. Here's the pitch, fouled off at the plate again. And we'll see another 1-2. Again, it's the top of the order here for Pickens, the leadoff batter, the catcher, Charlie Finley. She popped out in foul territory right in front of the Red Devil dugout. Her first time up, Tennyson Myrick's made the catch. Jackson's dugout to our right down the third base line. Pickens to the left. Wait a minute, I think I messed that up. Jackson's dugout to our right down the first base line. There we go. Here's the pitch. Knee-high ball. Oh, man. Tennyson was walking toward the dugout. Right down the middle of the plate at the knees. Guessing just a little too low, and that's going to even the count 2-2. Again, an RBI opportunity here for Pickens. Runner at second. That's Ellie Hollis. Here comes the 2-2. Check swing. Did she go? Get the appeal. No, she did not. How does an umpire...
Well, look at the placement of the umpire.
How does an umpire at second base make an appeal call on a check swing? Come on.
Yeah, normally he's on that first base line, but he is behind the second baseman. And even
he
if
couldn't
it's
have made
close,
that call no more than the home plate umpire could have.
No.
Counts full, 3-2. Here comes the pitch. High and outside, it's ball 4. And that's going to put runners on first and second with 2 outs. Second walk issued by Myrick's this inning. And it's going to bring up the third baseman, Allie Long, the number 2 batter. She struck out her first time up. Pickens threatening here in the bottom of the third, trying to get on the board. Jackson leads it 3-0. 2 outs, runners on first and second for the Dragons. Myrick's ready, the first pitch. Pop foul, out of play behind home plate. The pitcher for Pickens, Lexi Grizzle, is in the on-deck circle. Big blow last inning came from the Devils off the bat of the senior Maddie Batchelor. A 2-run single with 2 outs. A bloop hit right over the bag at second. Here's the 0-1. Grounded third base line and foul. Layla chased it. She made the play, but her momentum took her out of play, and it's going to be strike 2. Man, I don't know who's washing these uniforms tonight, but Layla is going to have a job for somebody. She is dirty from head to toe.
The hotel might say, nope, you ain't washing that in ours.
0-2 count. Myrick's ready. The pitch. Check swing.
Yeah, she held that one out.
And she held back.
Yeah.
Myrick's came with a high rise ball, and Allie Long thought about chasing it but was able to stop just in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second, bottom of the third. Elimination game between the Devils and the Dragons. Here comes the 1-2 in the dirt. Good block by Cassie. Hollis has to hold up at second, was about halfway to third and had to hit the brakes. Good stop by the Jackson catcher to keep that one in front of her. Counts 2-2. Myrick's has walked 2 batters this inning. And they're both on first and second right now. Here's the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. And again, we'll see another 2-2 from Tennyson.
Yeah, she's made some good tight pitches on those 2 walks, though. A couple of check swings.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Allie Long, the third baseman for Pickens. Runners on first and second. Myrick's gets her sign. The 2-2 pitch. Belt high fastball just off the corner. And it's ball 3. Boy, that one did not miss by much. That could have been either way. That's one of those 50-50 calls, and it went in favor of the Dragons. And the count's full again, 3-2. Myrick's ready. The 3-2 pitch at the knees, and Tennyson has walked the bases loaded. Ball 4. They are loaded for Pickens, and here comes Coach Duffy out of the dugout. He will have a visit with his senior pitcher to the circle. We will take a quick timeout during this visit and thank a couple more of our great sponsors here that include Phillips Heating and Air. Phillips Heating and Air is there for all of your HVAC needs this fall, commercial or residential. Be sure to contact Justin and Brandy Phillips today at Phillips Heating and Air to keep you comfortable this fall. And it's crazy, this Georgia weather. Last week we were talking about get those heaters ready because we were down in the 40s, and here we are today. 1 week later, it's 85 degrees and going to get up tomorrow to about 87. Of course, next week when we're not playing ball, it's going to be in the low 60s all week, which would have been perfect.
They talking about like next Wednesday getting down to like the 30s is a low.
That would have been great.
They might even have some snow up there in Pickens.
Oh, don't say it, Flint.
Well, snow in Pickens,
Don't
not
do it.
here.
That's Flint Gavel, everybody.
Oh, they love snow up there.
Here's Grizzle. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. The bases are loaded for Pickens. Bottom of the 3rd in a 3-0 Jackson lead. Tennyson Myrick's, the Jackson senior, has walked them loaded. And now it's the pitcher for Pickens. The 1-0 pitch at the knees for a strike, and it evens the count at 1-1.
That wind's picked up just a little bit, blowing straight in.
Yes, it is. All the dirt on the field, we are tasting it. 1-1 count. They're loaded for the Dragons in the 3rd. Here's Myrick's with the pitch. Upstairs, misses badly, and it's ball 2. Grizzle at the plate. Weaver, the first baseman, on deck. And the question is, how short is the leash from Coach Duffy for Tennyson Myrick's? She'll get her sign from Glover. Here comes the wind and the 2-1 pitch. Nowhere near, down and inside, and it's 3-1. Grizzle didn't even take the bat off her shoulder. And you got to believe she's probably taken here on a 3-1 count. There's 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning. They're loaded for Pickens. Myrick's shaking off a couple of calls from the dugout. Checks the wristband again. Here she comes. Big, deep breath. The wind. The 3-1. Hit up a mile-high straightaway center. Kylie Lawrence will come in, and she's got it in center field for out number 3.
I was about to say, this looked like one of those innings that T gets in and then she gets herself out, and that's perfect. What happened?
On a 3-1 count with bases loaded, Lexi Grizzle, the pitcher for Pickens, pops it up to straightaway center. Kylie Lawrence comes in and puts it away, and the Devils keep the Dragons off the scoreboard as we go to the top of inning number 4. Today's coverage of Red Devil softball is being presented by Collier's Greenhouse and Nursery. They're tuned in to the broadcast today. I want to say good evening to all the great folks at Collier's. Hey, the fruit trees are in right now. If you're looking to take care of your fall gardens, landscaping, and more, be sure to stop by and see Collier's. They've got the Georgia collards in. They've got those strange pumpkins they talk about, too, at Collier's Greenhouse. And they can take care of all of your landscaping needs. 3rd generation, family-owned and operated business, 1 mile past the Sheriff's Department in Jackson on Highway 16. Tonight, we'd also like to say thank you to Charlie Pelt and Tim Broyles, your local State Farm agents in Jackson. They are there for all of your auto, home, renters, motorcycle, boat, and more. You need insurance, you need Charlie Pelt and Tim Broyles in Jackson. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And we'd also like to say thank you to Mr. Mike McCart and the crew at the Chicken Run in Jackson, who are celebrating their 20th anniversary this year. The intersection of Stark Road and Highway 36. Dine in, carry out. Stop by and see the Chicken Run today for your next great meal, and be sure to ask about their awesome family platters. You can feed the entire family for one low price at the Chicken Run. Alongside of Flint Gavel and Josh Biles, I'm Chad Feltman. This is K13 Media's coverage of Red Devil softball, presented by the May and Carter Oil Company in Jackson. We're going to the top of the 4th inning. Bailey Gavel's going to lead it off. Struck out her first time. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 spot due up for Jackson. First pitch to Bailey is low and outside from Grizzle.
You said pumpkins. What kind of pumpkins?
It's the weird kind. I know Sam's tuned in. I forget the name of them every time I talk about them. It's not your normal pumpkins. 1-0 pitch misses inside. It's 2-0. I can never remember the name of these pumpkins, but they're your little small ones. They're not your big jack-o'-lantern style.
Okay. The decorative pumpkin type?
Yeah,
Okay.
I forget the name of them. Sam will help me. He'll tell me. 2-0 count. Nobody on. Top of the fourth. Here comes the pitch to Bailey. This one's hit out towards straightaway center. Barely having to move from her position in center field is Ainsley Jones, and she'll put it away for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down. And it's going to bring up Madeline West, the number 9 batter. Got the scoring started today in the second inning with an RBI double to left center field. Made it all the way to the fence, and it scored Maddie Batchelor from first base to put the Devils on the board. First pitch on the way. Here's that all-speed pitch floating up to the plate above the head of Madeline. And it's ball 1. Again, Jackson, the region champs out of Region 2 AAA. Pickens, the number 3 seed out of Region 7. Here comes the 1-0 to Madeline. Knee-high strike, and it evens the count at 1-1. They are the 3 seed. So Wesleyan, the 1 seed, Pickens, the 3 seed. They make it here to Columbus. The 2 seed, Dawson County, did not. 1-1, inside and tight for ball 2.
That's a good pitch.
2-1 count. Top of the order's on deck. Shade starting to set in a little bit here on the right side of the infield. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 3. You got a big square shadow here on the right side of the infield between first base and the mound. Right because of the way the dugout is shaped.
Come on, girl, you can do it.
3-1, here's the pitch. There's a strike, came right back inside. Madeline was taken all the way, and the count's full 3-2. Nobody on, 1 out, top of the 4th inning. Jackson up 3-0. Pickens just stranded, the bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd. 3-2 on the way, hit over toward the first base bag, and it's called foul right down the chalk.
Way to stay alive. That was an outside pitch. He's been kind of giving that outside corner. Good fight off.
Want to say good evening to Jessica Ledbetter, who's tuned in, supporting Pickens High School. Chassie Chrisley's tuned in, supporting the Devils. Again, we say thanks to everybody tuned in to the broadcast. 3-2 pitch, here it comes. Strike 3. Grizzle came right back inside, and that is the 4th Jackson batter to strike out looking. That is not like the Lady Devils offense.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if that ball's moving or if she's just hitting that corner and they're thinking that it's going to be tight.
All 4 of those strike 3 calls that we've watched have been really tight inside.
Yeah.
Now we're back to the top of the order. Here's Macy Batchelor, senior shortstop, going to be playing college ball at Gordon College in Barnesville next year. First pitch is in the dirt. It's ball 1. Macy today is 0 for 2, a fly out to right field and a strikeout her last time up. If I'm not mistaken, she was hitless in game 1 as well. Yeah, she was 0 for 4 in the first game. Boy, did I have a good time with her mom and dad yesterday evening at dinner. Here comes the 1-0 outside. It's 2-0.
I think we all do.
Oh, my goodness. I have a new best friend, y'all. Jeff Batchelor.
What was the name of that place we ate at?
Texas
Texas
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Yep. They were escorting us out.
Yes, they were. They closed at 10. We didn't leave till after 11. 2-0 count. Here comes the pitch to Macy. Ripped down the third base line and just foul. I learned some new terms last night that I wish I could repeat on our broadcast, but because there are minors tuned in and this is a high school broadcast, we will not do that. I've already had the cops called on me one time. I do not want to be escorted out of Columbus, so we will keep that comment off air. But I learned something new last night from Jeff Batchelor, and oh my God, was it hilarious. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Apparently he and Casey North know all about this terminology. And I don't know if they've ever experienced this as a team or not, but they sure were familiar with it. 2-2 on the way. Hit over towards second base. Might get in the hole. Nope. Going to be stopped. Third to first is in time for out number 3. Great play by River Becker as she scoots to her left and takes a hit away from Macy Batchelor, and that will retire the side here in the top of the 4th inning. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Lexi Grizzle. She'll keep the Devils off the board. It remains a 3-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of inning number 4. Tonight's coverage of Red Devil softball is being presented by our good friends at the LS Wing Depot and Cookies and Cream in downtown Jackson. Be sure to stop by and see Andrell and the team for chicken wings, chicken tenders. They've got the great big giant ice cream cookie sandwiches. And I've been trying to get by there the last couple of times. I really wanted to go eat and try out the catfish and the seafood. I keep seeing it on Facebook. I know on Tuesday nights they have the seafood broils, and oh man, it just looks so good. So next time I'm going by, it's seafood for me at the LS Wing Depot Cookies and Cream. Also want to say thank you to United Bank, the official banking partner for K13 Media, for all of your checking and savings accounts, business or personal, and your loans, mortgage, personal, and auto loans. Be sure to stop by and see the friendly faces at United Bank in downtown Jackson and experience what community banking is all about. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, want to give a big shout out to Red Devil football head coach Chris Henderson, who's tuned in with us. Congrats to the Red Devils on the big win over Pike County last Friday. No Red Devil football this Friday. It is our bye week. But I can promise you one thing, if I get the opportunity, I will be in Thomaston tomorrow night. Mary Persons and Upson Lee playing for the region title. They'll play that at Matthews Field at Upson Lee High School. Then again, I may not be allowed at Upson Lee. Then again, who knows? I say I'm going, but I may have to go under the name of Flint Biles.
Yes, everybody knows them.
Here's the second pitch, the 0-1.
That wind.
Popped up, foul territory. Claire makes a snow cone catch. Oh, man, put some green apple syrup on that, baby.
That wind was pushing that one hard.
Snow cone in front of the dugout. Claire serving up treats, and that's out number 1. She and Tennyson came running in, and right in front of the Jackson dugout, Claire puts that big, giant laundry basket of a first baseman mitt out there and makes the catch for out 1. So down goes Skylar Weaver, the first baseman, and it's going to bring up the center fielder, Ainsley Jones. First pitch swinging, popped up, infield, shortstop. Macy says she has it at short, and she does. 2 pitches, 2 quick outs.
Yeah, I can't even get set when my game changer and checking the comments and checking the score to the other games, and that's quick.
Yeah, 2 pitches, that's not bad. Can we make it a can we make it 3 for 3? Let's see.
Yeah.
Hannah Parks, the left fielder, will come to the plate. First pitch from Tennyson, low and inside for ball 1. Brad Moody says, tell the folks at Upson Lee, give him his name and I'll be good. They love him in Thomaston. All right, I'll do that. It's either going to be Brad Moody or Flint Biles or Josh Gavel. Here's the 1-0, strike outside. And there's a story behind that, and trust me, I'm going to give it, of why I'm not welcome at Upson Lee High School right now. I know what everybody's thinking, listening, this guy must be a real you-know-what. I promise I'm not. Not all the time. 1-1 pitch, popped up on the infield. Foul territory. Tennyson Myricks will make the catch for out number 3. So 3 quick outs, all due to pop flies. And the Devils will get through the bottom of the 4th pretty easily. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It remains a 3-0 ball game. We'll go to the top of the 5th in our coverage tonight. Speaking of the man himself, while he's tuned in, how about we say thank you to Mr. Brad Moody, former Red Devil. He is there for all of your legal representation, criminal defense, felonies, misdemeanors, personal injury, and more at Sexton and Moody PC. Be sure to check out their Facebook page, and you never know, I may have to call for a personal evaluation if I go to Thomaston Friday night. I may need the help of Sexton and Moody. If you need their help, be sure to contact Brad today. He can help you out, and I promise you, he is in your corner. We'd also like to say thank you this evening to another great sponsor of ours, helping us bring you live coverage of Red Devil softball, and that is Lester Peak Site Works. They have been providing quality site work and preparation in the Jackson and surrounding areas since 1996, and they can also take care of all of your roll-off containers and your dumpsters. LesterPeakSiteWorks.com. All right, so why am I no longer welcome at Upson Lee High School? Let me tell you the truth, okay? So a couple of years ago, Upson Lee's basketball team and cheerleaders get in this big fight during a tournament at Mary Persons. Okay, our AD and superintendent are there to vouch for it. Okay, last year there was a big brawl at Griffin High School involving Upson Lee. And then during our basketball game last year with Upson Lee at Jackson, one of the Upson Lee players pulled one of our players by her hair and yanked her to the ground, causing a big brawl. Okay? So I bring that up during the broadcast after it happens, just saying, hey, you know, this is their reputation. Well, according to their AD, Trip Busby, who is not a fan of mine at all, 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. He said that I gave their high school and their basketball program a bad reputation. And I'm no longer allowed to broadcast at Upson Lee. 3 fights with his basketball team and cheerleaders in less than a year, and I gave them the bad reputation.
You're the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy. But there was a reason why when Upson Lee's girls basketball team came to our place last year, we had more sheriff's deputies and administration from Jackson High School there than any other game. But I'm the bad guy. 2-1 pitch to Tennyson Myrick's, misses downstairs. It's 3-1. So we will not be going back to Upson Lee High School anytime soon. All I can hope is next year when the regions are realigned, we don't even have to worry about going to Thomaston. That would suit me perfectly. 3-1 inside for ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk to Tennyson Myrick's. So Myrick's has reached base in all 3 plate appearances. But from what I was told 2 Fridays ago when we played Upson Lee's football team, by Upson Lee's own radio crew and several of their staff, apparently nobody there is happy with the AD, and apparently there's several issues going on. Oops, I better not say that. Myrick's breaks from first to second. She's going to get hosed out. Tennyson Myrick's trying to steal first.
That was a laser beam.
Mack was trying to bunt, missed the ball, and the catcher, Finley, threw Myrick's out by a mile. The shortstop, Ellie Hollis, had the ball in her glove, waiting on Myrick's to slide into it. Late jump by Tennyson. I don't know if she didn't see the ball with a left-handed batter, Mack, at the plate or what, but that was nowhere close, and that's out number 1. Here comes the pitch to Mack. Hit hard, but foul down the first base line. Brings the count to a ball and a strike. We're at the top of the 5th inning. Jackson leads 3-0.
Max trying to get the crowd into the game a little bit more and her players.
Yeah.
Part 2 of my Upson Lee story after this pitch. Here's the 1-1 outside, and it's 2-1. So when we play Upson Lee at their place about a month ago, I'm sitting in the dugout talking with Coach Duffy, talking with a couple of our girls about the game. Well, their AD comes up to the back of the fence and calls me out. You know, I guess he was looking for me, expecting me to be there. Calls me out while I'm in the dugout. Mack fouls this one out of play for strike 2. And asked if I had an official GHSA media pass. And I said, no, sir, I don't. I said, but I have my K-13 media badge that I've used at over 100 different schools in the state of Georgia with no problem. He says that badge does not work. I need to pay to get in. Thankfully, Coach Duffy was there, stood up for me and said, hey, he could be my +1. Leave him be. So, here's the 2-2, misses inside, and it's 3-2. I called the GHSA, and they say there is no such thing as a media badge from the GHSA. One does not exist. And that's where I'm going to leave it with Upson Lee. 2-2 to Mack, fouled off.
That got Maddie.
In the dugout.
In the dugout.
But even with all that said, I do wish Upson Lee High School good luck Friday night. They're trying to win their first region football title since 1993. They've got Mary Persons. 2-2 count to Mackenzie North. Here comes the pitch upstairs, and it's full.
Yeah, those 2 running backs on that team are like
Duke Watson for Mary Persons and Jaquan Bentley for Upson Lee are just unreal.
Straight downhill and run you over.
Last time Upson Lee won a region title in football, our superintendent, Brent Lowe, was on that team in 1993. Full count. Here's the pitch to Mack. Fouled off at the plate. Mary Persons hasn't won the region title. I think it was 2018 last time, maybe 2017. 17 or 18. But tomorrow night, Matthews Field in Thomaston, 7:30 kickoff. I guarantee you that place will be rocking.
One of those may be a team that Pickens sees, because I think they're somewhere around the fourth.
I think
sitting
you're right.
fourth.
Yep. 3-2 on the way to Mack. Hit high, hit deep, right field. The wind is going to keep it in the ballpark, and it's going to be caught in deep right field by Madeline Johnson. Big Mac just missed a solo shot, got underneath it, and the wind, which is blowing from right to left, kept that one in the ballpark for out number 2.
So you're saying like Upson Lee was 93 since the last region champ.
Yep.
Mary Persons 2018.
18 or 17, one of those.
So what is like Peach been like?
Peach has just
Peach has
dominated this region
since then?
for like a decade. Yeah.
Okay.
There's Layla Watts. First pitch to her is check swing in front of the pitcher. Layla hustling down the first base line, but Grizzle's going to throw her out by a step. A check swing back to the pitcher, and a good play by Lexi Grizzle, and that's going to be out number 3. And that will do it for the Devils in the top of the 5th inning. It remains a 3-0 Jackson lead as we move to the bottom of inning number 5. Tonight's coverage of Red Devil softball being presented by our good friends at Whitaker Builders Supply. They're located on Stark Road in Jackson. They've got everything for the professional builder or the do-it-yourselfer all under one roof. So, hey, all of you weekend warriors, you've got all of your building supplies that you need right here in downtown Jackson at Whitaker Builder Supply. Stark Road, they're open Monday through Saturday. Stop by and see them and tell them we said hello. While you're doing that, be sure to stop by afterwards when you get all your building supplies. Make sure you get lunch for this weekend at the Brickery. Melinda and her crew are there for all of your pizza, your subs, salads, wings, tenders. They've got all kind of great sandwiches, pastas, and more. Dine in or carry out is available at the Brickery on 2nd Street in downtown Jackson. And again, a big thank you to Melinda and Michael for hosting our send-off dinner for our Lady Devils softball team this past Sunday night. We were able to come in and feed the team and coaches. Here's a great trivia question for everybody tuned in. What do you think the cost of that ticket was Sunday night at the Brickery? 13 players, coaches, their wives. You want to take a guess and drop it on the comment section if you care to. First pitch in the bottom of the 5th is taken for strike 1.
And the Brickery just celebrated their
1 millionth.
1 millionth.
Yep.
So I think they'll be close to celebrating their 2 millionth after that.
It wasn't far off, I promise. Jaden Thomore, the DP, is at the plate. 0 for 1 today. Popped out to Madeline West over at second. She'll take this one out toward left field. Bailey Gavel will make it. Line drive shot to left. Bailey was lined in the perfect spot. And that's going to be the first out here in the 5th.
Got one guess on there, $530.
Hold on. Who guessed that? Who guessed that?
Kayla?
Yeah,
All
Kayla.
right. Somehow Kayla has got an inside. $535 was the total. How does the first person who guesses get that close?
Might need to ask that Miss Corrine walking around here.
I think there's something fishy going on with that one. $535.
But Kayla lives in Lawrenceville.
And I tell you who took care of the ticket. The guy I was talking about earlier, Jody Sellers at the Sellers Law Firm, paid every dime. Took that care of that ticket as a congratulations to the Lady Devils as the send-off to Columbus. Here comes the 1-0 from Tennyson. It's low and inside for ball 2.
Man, we've got great community help.
We do, man.
The
Ellie
same
Hollis
as-
is at the plate, by the way.
The same as Pickens. Buddy of them that live up there, they have a pretty good-sized business, and they donate. So I don't know if he's tuned in, but he's been excited about this game.
Here's the 2-0, grounded to first. Claire knocked it down, and it's going to get away in the shallow right field. Claire Johnson made a diving attempt at first. Ricochets off her glove. Madeline West, the second baseman who was running to cover the bag, has it get away from her, and it's going to be an infield single. And that will put Hollis on first. Second time Hollis has been on the base path tonight. She had a walk earlier. And now it's going to bring up the number 9 batter. This is River Becker. For all of you tuned in listening, as you can tell, we have a lot of fun talking here on the broadcast. First pitch, swing and a miss. We just enjoy sharing stories. But like Flint said, yes, community support, not just for our Red Devils of Jackson, but even for this Pickens crew. You know, you got to have it, man. It's not cheap to do this and make the travel. I mean, you think about it. We've got a small team with just 13 players in a hotel. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. I've seen some of these rosters down here with the fan guide. Some of these teams have 22, 23 players on their roster. And you're putting all those kids up in a hotel and you're having to feed them 3 times a day for 3 or 4 days. You know, that's not cheap. And it takes donations. It takes sponsors. So for all of you who do that, thank you. 0-2 pitch, strike 3 call. 3 straight pitches. And Myrick's will freeze Becker with a fastball on the outside corner for the second out of the inning. And now we're back to the top of the order for Pickens. It's going to be Charlie Finley.
Kayla said it was truly just a guess.
Well, Kayla, I need you to pick my lottery numbers tonight. Goodness gracious. That was a good one. Within $5. So I put the challenge out there, you know. Jody Sellers took care of that ticket. I just want to know what my buddy Brad Moody's going to do next. He can't get outdone and shown out by Jody, right?
No.
I mean, you know.
Being a Jackson Red Devil itself. You know?
I mean, you know, the Jackson Red Devils have to eat tonight somewhere here in Columbus.
I don't know. A lot of these girls like Buckner's back home.
I'm just, you know, don't want Brad to get outshone. You know. Here comes the 1-0. It's upstairs, and it's 2-0. A lot of these restaurants will take credit card over the phone, Mr. Moody. Brad's like $5 biggie bag for every player. Somebody gets the burger, somebody gets the nuggets. You got to share it.
He's sending us to the JP. That's what he said.
That's right. Here comes the 2-0. There's a strike inside. But again, seriously, I mean, from the bottom of our heart here with K13 Media, all these logos you see on your screen, the sponsors, all the names you hear, we would not be here doing this without all of you guys. And I can't thank you all enough for allowing me to do what I love to do. This is my dream and my passion to be here and broadcast it. Strike outside. Brings the count to 2-2. Just a thank you from all of you. I mean, it's your support. You have no idea how much it's appreciated and how grateful we are. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yes, 2-2.
Josh Biles is correct on the game changer. I've quit looking at the scoreboard. Where's T at? Where is T? We have lost T. 2-2 pitch. Oh, just missed downstairs off the glove of Cassie Glover. And the count's going to be full, 3-2. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning in an elimination game. Loser goes home. Winner plays at 11 a.m. tomorrow against Gordon Lee, who got beat 1-0 today. Right now, Jackson's up 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pickens has a runner at first with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Going to be a tough play. Shallow left. Who wants it? Macy Batchelor from shortstop battles the sun and catches it at the edge of the grass for out number 3. Great play by Macy to get the 3rd out. And that will send us to the top of inning number 6 with the Devils on top. It's 3-0 Jackson. Talking about some of these great sponsors we have here with K13 Media. Here's another one we would like to say thank you to. It's Mr. Stephen Vassell.
Hello, Red Devil fans. My name is Stephen Vassell, and I am running for the Jackson City Council to represent District 4. To my fellow citizens and business owners, I hear you, I see you, and I will fight to end our current burdensome ordinances. If you are looking for a yes man for the current status quo, I am not your choice. Our citizens deserve an ally, not an adversary. Let's make Jackson the easiest place to live and do business in Middle Georgia. Remember, vote for me, Stephen Vassell, November 7th. My name is Stephen Vassell, and I approve this message.
Thank you very much, Stephen. We sure do appreciate your support. And like Stephen said, get out and vote, everybody. Just a couple of weeks away. Early voting going on right now.
What are we voting for?
Well, Stephen is running for city council.
So anybody that lives in the city, that would be in his district?
And I believe it's District 4.
Okay.
Is where Stephen is running for. So again, if you're not too pleasantly happy with anything going on in the city, instead of being a keyboard warrior or, you know, a
like
Facebook
we see
tough
on
guy,
there,
get your butt out and actually vote. You know, as simple as that. Your words don't mean crap
you're the
online.
only one that can make a change.
That's right. Top of the 6th inning, Jackson clinging to a 3-0 lead, an RBI double by Madeline West, and a 2-run single by Maddie Batchelor, the only scoring so far. And here we go in the top of the 6th. It's going to be Cassie Glover, the Jackson sophomore catcher, leading off. Number 5 spot in the lineup. Here's the first pitch to her. There's a changeup, popped up, going to get out of play, barely behind home plate. That sounded like a shotgun going off on top of that metal dugout.
There's a little boy over there. He about fell in the ground. That shotgun went off.
Strike one to Cassie Glover. Cassie is 0 for 2 today. A strikeout and a pop out here behind home plate last time up. Another run or two would be nice here. Here comes the pitch. Low and inside, and that's ball 1. Pitching for Pickens is Lexi Grizzle, the junior. She's been out there since the start of the ball game. And our scorekeepers are going to go back in that last inning, and instead of issuing a base hit to Ellie Hollis to first, that is going to be changed to an E3 as the 1-1 misses outside. So we're going to have an E3 instead of the single by Hollis over at first. That ball hit off the glove of the Jackson first baseman, Claire Johnson, who, by the way, celebrated her 18th birthday yesterday. I completely forgot to tell her. Claire is one of my favorites, and I can't believe I did that. Here's the 2-1. Strike outside is 2-2. So happy birthday, Claire, from Chad and Flint. Josh Biles is the one who gave you the error.
Oh, no, I gave her happy birthday yesterday.
Okay,
they were having pizza and wings in the lobby.
There you go.
And everybody sang happy birthday.
2-2 count here to Cassie. Grizzle's ready. Here's the pitch. Hit hard over to third on 2 hops. Good play. Throw across the diamond is in time by Allie Long for out number 1. Cassie hit it hard, but a good play. And it took a generous hop right into the glove of the third baseman Long, and that's going to be out number 1. God, Josh, how do you give somebody an error on their 18th birthday?
That was yesterday.
Oh.
You can't live in the past.
I'm sorry. Wow. Josh is harsh. I say Claire celebrates her birthday all weekend. You know.
If you're like my wife, she celebrates the whole month.
First pitch to Kylie Lawrence is upstairs for ball 1. We're at the top of the 6th inning. This has just kind of had a lazy feel to this ball game. Just kind of like it's just been dragging along. Here comes the pitch. Missed outside, and it's 2-0. Again, in the, I believe it was the 3rd inning, Pickens had bases loaded and could not bring anybody home. After Jackson walked 3 batters, Tennyson Myrick's walked them loaded. Here's the pitch. Outside, and it's 3-0. Kylie Lawrence is at the plate. Maddie Batchelor is on deck.
Yeah, Kylie's 0 for 2 strikeouts. Looking for her to change that right here.
So she's got a hitter's count. As Grizzle wants to go through the signs once again, shaking off what's called out of the dugout. Now she's got one she likes. Here's the pitch to Kylie. There's a strike inside corner. And that will bring the count to 3-1. After this half inning, we'll see if we can go to our scoreboard and get an update on some games going on. As the 3-1 is brought to Kylie, there's a strike outside. Low at the knees and about 6 inches off the plate, strike 2. Our out-of-town scoreboard presented by the better-looking Biles brother, Dwayne, and the crew at Them Guys Contracting and Pressure Washing. Full count. Here comes the 3-2. Pitch is on the way and is hit over towards second. 3 hops. Fielded and throw to first in time. Another good play over at second base by River Becker. And Kylie is 0 for 3 on the day. And that's the second out here in the top of the 6th. So we know that earlier today, Wesleyan beat Morgan County 10-0. And we know that Hebron Christian beat Gordon Lee 1-0. So those are your 2 teams moving on to the winner's bracket. Those are your 2 teams dropping to the loser's bracket. As Maddie will step to the plate, first pitch is downstairs for ball 1. 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs for the Jackson senior. We know that the winner of this game will play Gordon Lee tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Here comes the 1-0 to Maddie outside, and it's 2-0. The other game in AAA taking place right now, Pike County and Harlem are playing behind us. We'll see if Josh has an update after this 2-0 pitch to Maddie Batchelor. Grizzle's ready, and here it comes. Right down the middle for strike one.
Yeah, Harlem's up 4-0 in the bottom of the 6th right now. You got Pike County batting in the bottom half of the 6th, 1 out.
And so if Pike loses, they're done.
Yeah.
Be going back to Zebulon. Who would have seen that? 2 out for the Pirates. But still some softball to be played.
Looks like Pike County just got
They're
out.
playing right behind us, so we got Flint looking
Switching
backwards.
innings.
2-1 count to Miss Maddie. Here comes the pitch. Hit hard as she is 3 for 3. Line drive down the left field line. Good play out in left by Hannah Parks to quickly get to the line and cut that ball off. Maddie just missed a double. Parks made a great play down the left field line for Pickens to hold Maddie to a single, but how about that? 3 for 3 on the day for Maddie Batchelor. And I found out that she and I have something in common. As I was talking with her mom and dad last night at dinner and at the hotel, apparently Maddie and I both love to sleep as a hobby. A lot of people like
Bailey
to fish.
too.
A lot of people like to fish and hunt and, bowl and stuff and golf. I love sleeping. And so does Maddie. Her dad was telling me that last night. So there you go. Something in common. I never knew that. Thought I was the only weirdo out here. As now we've got a courtesy runner. Abigail Garner's come in to run for Maddie. And here comes Bailey Gavel to the plate. First pitch is a strike. Top of the 6th inning. 2 outs, runner on first. Maddie Batchelor, 3 for 3 on the day with 3 singles. 2 RBIs. And again, the freshman, Abigail Gardner, down running at first as a courtesy runner. Not sure if Mitch is here. I haven't seen Mitch. Have you guys seen him?
He posted on the live earlier.
Okay. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike to Bailey Gavel. It's 1-1.
0-2.
0-2. I'll just throw something out there at the scoreboard. Something will stick. 0-2. Here comes the pitch in the dirt for ball 1. That one was about 6 inches in front of the plate.
The scoreboard had 2-0. It's totally wrong.
Yeah. Somebody's not paying attention. Bailey Gavel, 0 for 2 today. A strikeout and a fly out to right. Trying to pick up her first hit of the game here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Hit her in the knee. Oh, and she slings the bat to the dugout. And the look on her face, kind of like when Dad says, no, I'm not giving you any more money.
Hey,
She had that look going down the first base line. She was not happy about getting hit in the knee there.
That was her all last year down here. She was wearing softballs in that batter's box.
That'll put runners on first and second as they have turned the lights on in Columbus. And here comes Madeline West. First pitch is lifted foul over the Red Devil dugout here on the third base line for strike 1. Madeline today 1 for 2, a strikeout, but she had the big RBI double in the top of the 2nd to get Jackson on the board. She's the number 9 batter, and another RBI opportunity here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Grizzle's ready. Here's the pitch, low and outside, and it's ball 1. And look at Gardner out there at second. Her secondary lead was halfway to third, and she's
ready.
Digging, begging for a throw.
Madeline's had a good approach all year, right field.
Yep. Well, they're shading her that way. The second baseman, River Becker, has definitely shaded for her to go opposite field. There's a big gap if Madeline could send one right back through the box. Here comes the pitch. In for a strike. That's strike 2 against Madeline. She was one of the 4 Red Devil batters so far today who have struck out looking, and all 4 of them have struck out looking on an inside fastball. She's got a battle here with 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, low and outside. I don't know if the scoreboard operator's drunk or what, but I mean, there's numbers out there almost like the scoreboard's malfunctioning. It's just like a dang Christmas tree blinking and
2-0.
Who knows?
1-2.
Josh, what do you got?
2-2.
2-2, thank you. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch to Madeline. Rolled foul.
That might be tough.
And it's going to go foul at the last second. That ball was on top of the chalk, 3/4 of the way down the way to third. And at the last second, the third baseman, Allie Long, picked it up just to the left of the chalk, and we'll see another 2-2.
I like to see that. She was fouling off that inside pitch when she struck out first at bat, or second at bat.
Well, that's where Grizzle's going to come in again. 2-2 count. She's ready. Here it comes. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Low and outside, and that is strike 3, and that is going to end the top of the 6th. So Madeline will go down swinging. The Red Devils will leave runners on first and second. And we will go to the bottom of inning number 6. Jackson is holding on to a 3-0 lead over Pickens. Tonight's coverage of Red Devil softball from Columbus being presented by Huddle House on 3rd Street in downtown Jackson. Stop by and see Miss Tara and her team today for your next great meal. Be sure to ask about the hometown meals. There's 8 of them available for just $5.99 at Huddle House, 3rd Street in downtown Jackson. Tonight, we'd also like to say good evening and thank you to former Red Devil Jake Hyatt at Refresh Pressure Cleaning. Jake is there for all of your power washes, your soft washes. He can take care of your driveways, your decks, your patios, and more. Be sure to check out the Facebook page today and pick up your $50 discount just for being a Butts County resident from Refresh Pressure Cleaning. And while we have a moment, I know he's tuned in, not here with us tonight, but want to say good evening to Michael Penn at Hedge and Penn Logistics. Proud sponsors of Red Devil Softball and K13 Media for all of your shipping needs. No matter what you need shipped, no matter where in the world you need it shipped, Michael and Robin Penn at Hedge and Penn Logistics can take care of you today. You can find out more info online at hedgepennlogistics.com. That's Penn with 2 N's.
And he is our #1 camera guy.
He is,
at
man.
K13 Media.
Boy, he has saved my you-know-what this fall. And I cannot thank that man enough. I've tried to pay him. He won't let me pay him. But, man, he has turned into a really good friend, and miss him down here with us. And he has called us every morning. First, before my mom calls, Michael's called to check on us. Just throwing that out there, Mom. Bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch is lined in the left field. It's going to be a leadoff single here for Pickens off the bat of Allie Long, the third baseman. She hit that ball so doggone hard at third. Layla Watts was like a deer in the headlights. Didn't even have time to move her feet. She could barely get her glove out there and try to make a play. That ball was whistling into left field. And it's going to be a leadoff single for Long. And now it's going to bring up the pitcher, Lexi Grizzle, 0 for 2 today. Couple of flyouts. First pitch from Myrick's low and outside for ball 1. Lexi Grizzle, a pop out to short and a fly out to straightaway center. Loser of this one is done for the year. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-0 for Myrick's. Popped up, out of play, above our head.
That one might get on the other field.
And that's going to be strike 1. Lights are on, full moon in straightaway center field here at the South Commons Complex. Sun setting behind us. I bet it's a great-looking sunset over the Chattahoochee River behind us. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed. And now they've just stopped the scoreboard altogether. They're not even trying anymore. It is blank. But it's 1-2. Tennyson Myrick still pitching. She's gone the whole distance so far for the Devils. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out for Pickens here in the bottom of the 6th. They've got a runner on first. 1-2, popped up, shallow center. Who wants it? Kylie's going to come in, and the sophomore center fielder will make the catch for out number 1. Second time tonight that Lexi Grizzle has popped out the center field to the Jackson center fielder, Kylie Lawrence. And that's the first out here in the 6th. Again, the winner of this one plays tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. against Gordon Lee, who has been ranked #1 all year in the AAA polls. They lost earlier today 1-0 to Hebron Christian. First pitch foul down the third base line. Here to Skylar Weaver, the first baseman. She's the cleanup batter for Pickens.
They actually faced Gordon Lee last year. I believe it was the losers bracket last game before the championship. and we snuck out a win there.
Well, whoever plays them tomorrow is going to have to do it again. And then whoever wins that 11 a.m. game tomorrow plays at 3 p.m. So 2 games tomorrow to continue on. Swung on and missed at the 0-1. Some high cheese, cheddar variety on that one from Tennyson Myrick's. The stinky kind.
Limburger.
More of a mozzarella guy myself. The shredded. I love shredded mozzarella. Swiss is good too.
I like queso.
Here's the 1-2 hit out towards second. Oh, man, right over the glove of Madeline West. It's going to get into right center. Throw back in to third is going to be close. It's going to get away, but not too far. Thankfully, Myrick's was there to back up Layla Watts. That ball, it had a skim off the top of Madeline West's glove at second. A line drive to right center field. Off the bat of the cleanup batter, Skylar Weaver. That's going to put runners at second and third. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Again, Pickens stranded, the bases loaded back in the 3rd inning. They had 1 out, bases loaded, and could not bring a runner home. And now to the plate, here's the center fielder, Ainsley Jones. First pitch downstairs for ball 1. Oh, man, I mean, it could not have been half an inch over Madeline's glove at second. Pickens now with runners at second and third in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Fouled right back to the fence. It's 1-1. Ainsley Jones, the center fielder at the plate. She is 0 for 2 today. Popped out to center and then popped out to short. Pickens is the home team. As the sun is set behind us, the lights are on. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 count. Myrick's ready. Here's the pitch. Again, right back to the fence. 1-2 the count. So Jones has been really late on the last 2 fastballs. Should be an easy pitch call here, right? Don't want to slow the ball down, you would think. Layla's guarding the line at third, trying to protect that bag and keep it in front of her. Myrick's ready. The 1-2. Here it comes. Grounded out to short. It's got to get down. Macy's got it. Throw to third. That'll get the lead runner. But a run will come in and score on the fielder's choice. So Jones sends it out to short. Macy Batchelor with a great play at shortstop. Able to throw out Skylar Weaver at third for out number 2. But a run does come in for Pickens, and that'll make it a 3-1 ball game with 2 outs. Man, heads up play by Macy to field that ball. It was not an easy play. She had to get down and dive for that thing, and then to throw a strike over to Watts at third. That could have been disaster. 2 runs could have come in and scored, but instead only 1 run does. And now there's 2 outs, but it does bring the tying run to the plate for Pickens. It's Hannah Parks, the left fielder. First pitch downstairs for ball 1. Parks today is 0 for 2. She's got 2 flyouts, 1 to left field, and then she popped up to the pitcher her last time up. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-0. Popped up again, out of play behind the backstop, and that's going to bring the count to 1-1.
Yeah, that's the thing about teams down here. You cannot let up because these are good teams, and they don't quit till the game's over. That's the reason they're down here.
We saw that in game 1.
Yep.
With 1 out in the 7th, beating the defending state champs. Runner on first with 2 outs in the 6th. Myrick's is ready. Here's the pitch. Again, back to the screen, and late on the fastball is Hannah Parks. Good crowd online with us here, tuned into the broadcast on our Facebook feed and checking over to the YouTube feed. Want to thank everybody for being there too. Mitch is at home listening.
Man, that's awesome. So, last game we had how many? 1,200 viewers?
A little under 1,500.
Oh, 15.
This one's hit high. This one's hit deep. Left center field. Bailey Gavel will keep it in the ballpark. Hannah Parks gave it a drive to deep left. and just missed tying the game. But it's the third out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, but Pickens able to get 1 run in. It's a 3-1 Jackson lead as we go to the top of inning number 7. Our coverage tonight of Red Devil softball from Columbus is being presented in part by the City of Jackson and the Butts County Chamber of Commerce, who would like to invite you to the big Christmas tree lighting coming up on Saturday night, November the 18th in downtown Jackson. Santa Claus will be there with pictures. We'll have free hot chocolate and apple cider, and we will light the tree and officially kick off the Christmas season in Jackson at 6 p.m. Again, that's coming up on Saturday, November the 18th. We would love to see you. And by the way, don't forget, coming up this Saturday in downtown Jackson, the Butts County Chamber of Commerce wants to invite you and all the kids for trick-or-treating on the square. That's going to start this Saturday at 4 p.m. Bring the kids, get their costumes on, and enjoy some trick-or-treating around the Butts County Courthouse Square this Saturday from 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. Back to the top of the order. Top of the 7th. 3-1 Jackson lead.
Got a defensive change for Pickens. They've got Cheyenne Coleman, 0-0, going in for second base, number 6, River Becker.
Thank you, sir. Here we go, top of the 7th. First pitch on the way to Macy Batchelor. Hit hard and hit deep. She crushes it down the left field line, and it just hooks foul. Oh, my goodness. Coach Duffy with a dance in the coach's box. Boy, he was trying to keep that thing fair. He's no Carlton Fisk down there. But he tried to put on a little jig. And
he was saying it abounded the base.
man, Macy just missed it. And again, she needs something right now. She has struggled today. Macy is 0 for 7 in 2 games. Here's the 0-1. That one floats in, a changeup for ball 1. Well, since Mr. Brad Moody, who is tuned in, seems to think the number 1,500 is a low number, we'll keep that in mind when we go dinner tonight and we get that ticket and send it to him.
1,500.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. Macy now sends this one down the right field line and foul. 100 listeners on an online stream for a high school softball game with no video in one game. I don't think that's it's too shabby for a little old team out of Jackson, Georgia.
Now, I do go back and watch little bits and pieces like every 5 minutes. I wonder if that counts.
It does not.
It does not?
Nope.
Okay.
Here comes the 1-1. We're talking about what's called a unique viewer.
Truly amazing.
Yep. I've got all the analytics. I'm able, trust me, I go back too. And you can even tell how long. Was it just a simple 3-second view? Was it a minute view? Did they listen for 7? You can tell. Here's the pitch to Macy. Hit right back up the middle. Base hit. Atta girl, Macy. That'll break that slump. And it'll put the leadoff runner on here in the top of the 7th. A solid single right back up the middle. And that'll put a runner on first for the Devils here in the 7th.
I think that was just a little bit of a timing issue Macy had going on yesterday and today. You see she was spraying left and spraying right. She finally centered one up. That's a good sign.
She did, man. I mean, right back up the middle. And there comes Tennyson Myrick's single and a triple, along with a walk. She's been on base every time she's been up today. First pitch on the way, high and outside for ball 1. And while I have a moment, man, just want to give a big shout out to the fans from Jackson High School who have been here with us for the past 2 days. There is a lot of red to our right. And I know it's tough for these parents to take off of work and travel and spend money to stay for a week. Here's the pitch downstairs for a ball, but I can assure you one thing, the effort and the appreciation is there from the team. I know when we were looking yesterday, you know, not just our parents, but there was a huge crowd behind our fence in AAA watching Jackson and Wesleyan. Here's the pitch to Myrick's, high and tight, just about hit her. And that's another ball. But just big shout out to all the parents who have lined up here with us, supporting Jackson High School and this Lady Devil softball team. Again, the Super 7, the seniors here, trying to extend their season. Grizzle's ready. Here comes the pitch to Myrick's outside for ball 3, and now the count's full.
And it's
That's
also-
ball 4.
It's also aunts and uncles, and I see brothers, and these aren't just, live-in household brothers. These are brothers and sisters that don't live in the household.
Well, I got to give another big shout out, too.
It's great.
So a classmate of mine, Josh, you know her. She was down here yesterday. A good friend of mine who I grew up with, worked with in high school out at Buckner's Restaurant, and her family, her brother is my best friend, and her family's my family. Class of 2003, Crystal Hamby, who's now Crystal Hamby Johnson, saw her yesterday here at the ballpark, and I'm like, hey, I didn't know you were coming. Man, if I'd have known you were coming, you'd have been broadcasting the game with us. Former Red Devil, she played softball for Jackson. I asked her, I said, so what made you come down? She said, look, I've been trying to get to a home game all year. I just have not been able to make it. Yesterday was her off day, and what did she do? Drove from Jackson, Georgia to Columbus, 2.5 hours, just to come down and watch Jackson play Wesleyan, and then drove back home. I just want to tell her thank you. I gave her a hug yesterday, and it's stuff like that, man, that just the community support, the alumni. I thought that was the coolest thing I've seen all season, and just tip of the cap to Crystal. And she played softball with my wife when Coach Carol Watts was the head coach. They graduated in 03, and just pretty doggone cool to see something like that. And I didn't tell her I was going to brag on her, but, man, that's as good as it gets. Had a visit in the circle. Grizzle's going to stay in the game. No outs, runners on first and second. Here's Big Mac. First pitch, low and outside for ball 1. It's a 3-1 ball game. Jackson got 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Pickens just got his first run in the bottom of the 6th. A base hit here would be nice for Jackson if they could find a way to tack at least one on. Here's the 1-0. Low and inside, below the knees to McKenzie North, the only left-handed batter in the lineup for the Red Devils.
Well,
We got one listening from Arkansas.
Yeah, Miss Becky Havanier.
Thank you, Becky. I didn't see that, but thank you so much, Becky, for tuning in from Arkansas. Here comes the pitch to Mac. Oh, man, that was right down the middle. She was taking all the way. Strike 1. Top of inning number 7. Lights are on. Sun is setting. We've been choking on dirt and dust for about an hour and a half now. Runners on first and second. Nobody out for Jackson in the top of the 7th. Here comes the 2-1 to Mac. Missed outside, and it's 3-1. Mac is being super selective and patient up at the plate.
I'd like to see one of them big Jackson innings.
Yeah, man, that'd be nice. I'd just settle for a base hit, get a couple in, and a little insurance going to the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch to Mac. She'll send this one foul down the right field line. Oh, just out in front of it, yep.
Over the top of that base.
She did not miss it by much, and now the count's full at 3-2.
And see, that's another, how the umpire positioning, there's no way he's going to see.
How does the home plate umpire not make the call?
Well, he's not going to see. Well, it's the home plate's call before the base.
Gotcha.
But you can see the grass lip out there. You don't see any chalk.
Here comes the pitch to Mac. 3-1 count. Here it is. Strike 2 outside. Oh, it's strike 3. It was a full count. Again, scoreboard showed 3-1. My fault for not paying attention. And Mac will go down looking on an outside strike 3 call. That is the 5th Red Devil batter to strike out looking. First out of the 7th. Runners on first and second. Here's Layla Watts. She'll rope this one foul. Just about took the cover off of that one. Well, Becky, if your daughter played for Coach Duffy at Henderson, I know she was in good hands. And again, thank you for tuning in all the way from Arkansas for Red Devil softball. Appreciate you being on the broadcast. Appreciate everybody being on the broadcast. If you're new to K13 Media, we are Jackson High School's home for live stream broadcasting of Red Devil football, baseball, basketball, softball, and volleyball, and maybe more this spring. We'll see. But this is where you'll find the Red Devils online. We're glad to have you. Here comes the 0-1 to Layla. Low and outside, evens the count at 1-1. Again, next Friday night is our next football game. The football team is off this Friday. We will be down in Fort Valley to take on Peach County. Winner of that one will get the number 3 seed for the playoffs. Loser will get the number 4 seed. Here comes the pitch to Layla. That one floats in a little too high. And it doesn't matter. It looks like either the 3 or the 4 from the football region is going to Savannah for the first round of the playoffs. The question is, would you play Calvary Day or Savannah Christian? Because it looks like they're going to determine the region champ.
They got Lexi Grizzle on the mound. Had a couple of people asking where
Yep. She's been there the whole game.
she's still pitching.
And here comes the pitch to Layla. Swung on and missed. Good spot, low and outside. Strike 2 on Layla Watts.
That's some sort of a drop ball changeup. I can't really tell because it's just falling off right when it gets to the plate.
Looks like one of them drop balls.
Here comes the pitch to Layla. Same spot. Foul down the first base line. Yep. Lexi Grizzle, the junior, got the start here for Pickens. She's gone the entire distance. She's kept the Devils stranded several times with runners on base. She has pitched well. She's got 2 strikes here on Layla Watts, the Jackson cleanup batter. Here comes the pitch. Foul down the left field line. That ball was either going to hit Layla on the wrist or Layla was going to hit it out of play, and thankfully Layla got a piece of it instead of it getting hurt.
Yeah, and Grizzle's done a good job inside, outside, up, down, moving that ball around, keeping them off balance.
Miss Pat Russell's tuned in. Camden's Meemaw from North Carolina. 2-strike pitch misses downstairs. So we've got him in from Arkansas. We've got him in from North Carolina. I guess it'd be a good time right now to do a roll call. If you'd like to drop a comment, let us know where you're listening from. Go ahead. We'd love to give you a shout out. Even if you're in Georgia, tell us where you're listening from. Grizzle's ready. The pitch to Layla. Hit out towards short. Third baseman will cut it off. Over to second in time. They'll get the lead runner, Tennyson Myrick's. Good play by the third baseman, Allie Long. A bang-bang play at second base, but River Becker was there to get the bag in time. And that is going to be the second out. So a fielder's choice there from Layla. And it'll bring up Cassie Glover, who's 0 for 3 today. That's a big run down to third. Wade James, how about that? Houston, Texas tuned in. We're at the top of the 7th. Jackson up 3-1 with 2 outs. Runners on the corners, and here's Cassie. First pitch low and inside. Ella J, Georgia. Meansville, Georgia. Jackson, Georgia. I don't know. A guy named Wade James in Houston, Texas. If that's not a country name, country music singer waiting to happen, I don't know what is.
Well, he's from Jackson.
I know he is. I sold him a
Okay.
truck a couple of years ago. Just here comes the pitch to Cassie. Outside for ball 2. Hope everything's going well for Wade. I know he's been through quite a bit the past couple of years, but brother, hope everything's going well. That new start out in Texas, man. Hope it's going great for you. Appreciate you tuned in. Jason Hogan's in Griffin. Kelly Cooper's in Rupert, Georgia. St. Simons, that's what I'm talking about. Dr. Biles in St. Simons. Here's the 2-0 to Cassie. Outside is 3-0.
And her husband's over here on first base.
That is dedication from Coach Biles. Not only coaching, but the bus driver for the Devils. 3-0 pitch to Cassie. In for strike 1. She was taking all the way. Cheryl's in for Scythe. Coach LaChapelle's in Covington. Got them all over tuned in for Red Devil baseball. This one we're taking on Pickens out of Jasper, Georgia, the Jeep capital of Georgia. Here comes the 3-1 to Cassie. Upstairs, and that's ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. I remember growing up as a kid, forever, it was always Jasper Jeep. That's all you heard about on the TV ads. You watching Braves baseball or TBS and all that. Jasper Jeep, Jasper Jeep, Jasper Jeep. Home of the Jeep. It was, so I guess forever if you're going to buy a Jeep, Jasper, Georgia is a place to go do it. Brad Moody, yes. Coach Biles has been driving the bus for the softball team and the baseball team for the last 2 or 3 years now. You should have seen him trying to maneuver through this Chick-fil-A yesterday in Columbus. There was no way he was going to get the bus parked. I thought he wasn't even going to be able to get out and we were going to get stuck. But, man, he made it happen.
I think he closes his eyes when he drives.
A courtesy runner in for Cassie. It's number 5, Camden Biles. Bases loaded. Layla's at second. Macy's at third with Kylie up the bat.
Here comes the first pitch. Strike at the belt. It's 0-1. Big moment here for both teams. We're on the top of the 7th inning. Jackson leads 3-1. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Kylie with a chance to blow this one open. Grizzle with a chance to keep the Dragons in it. 0-1, the count to the Jackson sophomore. Had a home run last game. Here comes the pitch. Swung at a bad one outside. It's 0-2. Boy, that ball was a 1.5 feet off the plate in the left-handed batter's box. And now it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Kylie is 0 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts and a ground out the second. Got a battle. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled out of play, and again, Grizzle went outside. First 3 pitches to Kylie have been low and outside, and that time Kylie just did get a piece of it. Bases loaded for the Devils. Top of the 7th, elimination game. Grizzle's ready. The wind and the 0-2 to Kylie. Foul to play again. First base line. And again, she kept her low and outside at the knees. Sophomore at the plate again had the solo homer against Wesleyan yesterday in the first game of the tournament in the 2nd inning.
Was that her only hit for that game?
It was.
Well, she's
Well,
due.
hold on, let me check.
I think so, because I was thinking she was about.
Let's check
1
after
for
this
8.
pitch. Here it is. Pop foul down the left field line, out of play, and we'll see another 0-2. Let's see, in that game, yes, had the solo homer and then a pop out and a ground out. But boy, was that a big hit. It gave Jackson the lead for 6 2/3 innings against the defending state champs. And she hit it off a senior pitcher, Macy Cintron, who is going to be playing softball at Clemson next year. Here's the 0-2. Low and downstairs in the dirt for ball 1. Good patience from Kylie. That was a good pitch from Grizzle. That was a beautiful changeup. Seemed like it just stopped in midair. Kylie very patient. Again, they're loaded for the Devils. Top of the 7th. Loser is done and will go home. Winner will play tomorrow morning at 11 against Gordon Lee. Gordon Lee has been ranked #1 in AAA for the entire season just about. Here's the 1-2 to Kylie. In the dirt again. It's 2-2.
She doubled
Gordon
up on
Lee
that
has
changeup.
made the trip. I believe it's Chickamauga, up near the Chattanooga area. If my geography is correct.
Yep.
Don't ask me how to spell
somewhere
it.
up that way.
Can't spell it, but I think that's how you say it.
Fort Oglethorpe area.
2-2 count. They're loaded. Here comes the pitch from Grizzle. Popped up out of play behind home plate. And the young Jackson sophomore is battling. You know, I know this team is all about the Super 7 seniors, but this young lady right here, she is a baller. If you put her anywhere out there in that field, she can play, she can pitch, she can hit. 2-2 count. Can the sophomore deliver from Jackson? We're about to find out. Grizzle with the wind. The 2-2 in the dirt for ball 3. Brought a fastball that never got above the knees of Kylie Lawrence. And now it's full, and the base runners are going to get a head start. The old merry-go-round's about to fire up.
Both sides getting a little bit loud here.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. They're loaded. Top of the 7th. The 3-2 pitch popped out of play again behind home plate. Again, somebody's got to win this battle. Somebody's going to lose this battle. Jackson leads 3-1. Top of the 7th inning in an elimination game. Pickens is the home team. They'll get a bat in the bottom of the 7th. Question is, will it be a 3-1 game, or can Kylie bust it open again? Full count. Grizzle's ready. The wind and the payoff pitch fouled away again to the backstop. Boy, what an at-bat. I'm going to guess, Josh, pitch number 12 coming up. I was right earlier. Just guessing.
Right on the
Right
money.
on money.
That's what I'm talking about. Maybe it'll be the lucky one. Again, another 3-2. Here it comes. The pitch from Grizzle. Popped up on the right side of the infield. Second baseman will make the call, and it's off for glove. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Here comes Camden Biles, and she'll score.
That was
An error at second base by River Becker, who was shifting to the left towards shallow right field. had the ball in her glove, and it popped out, and the Devils, who were running on the crack of the bat, get 3 runs across the board on what should have been out number 3. It's a 6-1 Jackson lead. No RBIs on the error. It'll put Kylie at second, and here comes Maddie Batchelor, 3 for 3 on the day with 3 singles. Man, oh man, you feel for Becker at second.
Yeah, that
she
was
tracked that fly ball perfectly, man, to her left. First pitch here is down and low to Maddie.
It almost looks like she thought the ball was going to be over her head, so she was kind of turned sideways, facing first base line, and she was kind of tracking it.
Here's the 1-0 to Maddie, in there for a strike. He was the count at 1-1.
I think he called a legal pitch her first pitch, and it's like, so it's 2-1.
2-1, okay. Yep, he just held up 2-1. Again, Maddie 3 for 3 today with 3 singles and an RBI. Swung on and missed. Chased a changeup low and outside, and that's going to be strike 2. Evens the count. 6-1 Jackson. An error at second by Pickens. Here's the pitch outside, and that's going to even the count.
Should be 3-2 full.
Yep, thank you, Josh. Full count. See if Maddie can stay hot and have a 4 for 4 day. Grizzle's ready. The wind and another 3-2. Inside, strike 3 called just above the knees, and that is the 6th Jackson batter to go down looking at strike 3. But the Devils, with a little bit of luck on their side, and the top of the 7th inning, put a 3 spot on the board and will take a 6-1 lead into the bottom of the 7th inning. Tonight's coverage of Red Devil softball is being presented by our good friends at Roots Outdoors in downtown Jackson. Be sure to stop by Roots right now and check out their store-wide clearance sale, up to 50% off store-wide at Roots Outdoors. They are there for all of your hunting and fishing. They can take care of all your guns and ammo, your bow and arrows, apparel, boots, and Jackson's exclusive home to Hey Dude shoes. It's Roots Outdoors in downtown Jackson. And a big thank you also to FaithWorks Business Solutions in Jackson. Want to give a big shout out to Miss Goodrum and all her support for K13 Media and Jackson High School athletics this year. They have moved. They're at a new location on Brookwood Avenue in Jackson. And if you're looking for a professional company to take care of all of your payroll services, your tax needs, and more, be sure to check out FaithWorks Business Solutions in Jackson. If you're looking to start a business, Miss Goodrum could even take care of setting up your LLC. All at FaithWorks Business Solutions. Here we go, bottom of the 7th. Jackson leads 6-1, and we've got a new pitcher coming in trying to close it out. A flip-flop from the first game yesterday. Kylie Lawrence on the rubber to try to keep Jackson alive in this tournament. The sophomore toes the rubber, and she is ready. First pitch at the bottom of the 7th. A little extra heat on that one. Took all the dust out of Cassie's glove, but it's high and outside for ball 1. And here for Pickens, it's going to be the bottom third of the order, the 7, 8, 9, and 1 spot. Jaden Thomore, the DP, will lead it off. Here's the 1-0 way outside. It's 2-0, and I'm sure there's people here at the park looking at me like, why does this weirdo still have on his sunglasses and it's dark? I'm a very superstitious person.
Don't move.
I'm not taking the sunglasses off. I've done this several times this year inside of our press box in Jackson.
Can't even turn the lights on in the press box.
No, sir. I do have on clean underwear, though, if you're wondering. This one's popped up out of play, and it's 2-1. Not that superstitious. I'm going to shower and put on some clean pants. I can promise you that.
Josh, you got an update on that?
Oh, yeah.
Other game?
We'll get an update on Pike County and Harlem after this 2-1 pitch. See if Pike County stayed alive. Here it comes. Whoa, inside fastball at the knees. Good spot, but Kylie didn't get the call. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, Pike County season's over. They lost to Harlem 7-0.
Wow, Pike is done in 2 games here at the tournament. I did not see that coming.
Hey, but they had a good year.
They did indeed. 3-1. Here comes the pitch from Kylie. Outside, and it's going to be a leadoff walk. A good start for Pickens. That will send Thomore down to first. I can tell you one thing. Coach Hansen and his team at Pike, they are absolutely loaded for about the next 6 years.
Yes.
If you look on their Facebook page, I've watched their middle school team, who went undefeated, I believe, this year. They have about 35 girls on that middle school program. Their high school team is awesome. The next 5 or 6 years, you could very well watch Pike County go on a run in whatever region they're going to be placed in. First pitch, fastball in for strike one. Again at the plate, this is number 11, Ellie Hollis, the shortstop. A walk, and she reached on an error at first her last time at the plate. Now, Pike, again, we're waiting on the region realignments for next year. But 0-1, fastball in for strike two. Whatever region they go into, that softball part of it, good gosh. They got a brand new park at the high school. Coach Hansen is sitting on a gold mine in Zebulon for the next few years.
It's going to be interesting to see when that lineup comes.
Here comes the pitch from Kylie. Swung on and missed. A strikeout for Lawrence, and that is the first out in the bottom of the 7th. Down goes Hollis. And he'll be at the bottom of the order now, the second baseman, River Becker.
It's the one that came in, the Coleman. She came in for last inning.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
0-0.
Yep, so Becker will not bat. Instead, it's going to be Cheyenne Coleman, the senior, the lefty. First pitch is low and outside for ball one. Bottom of the 7th inning. One out here for Pickens, runner on first. Devils lead it 6-1, trying to move on and play tomorrow. Here's the pitch. Fastball missed outside. It's 2-0. Again, the lefty at the plate, Cheyenne Coleman, her first at bat. And she is batting for River Becker, who's been at second base. Becker will finish today 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Sophomore Kylie Lawrence pitching here for the Devils in the bottom of the 7th. One out. Here's the 2-0. Fouled off at the plate, and it's 2-1.
Back to the Pike County realignment. You know, Pike County's growing, so I'm wondering the new realignment may put them up 1A.
I don't see Pike jumping to 4A at this realignment. I don't know.
They're doing away with the 7.
Yes, I know. I know. But you're going to have a lot of teams from 7 coming down, 6-5, 5-4. 2-1 swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. I just don't see Pike going up. I could be wrong.
And I guess it's all dependent on student.
You got the multiplier in there. Yeah. I'm just glad that next year, whatever region we're in, assuming we're AAA or smaller, 2-2 pitch just missed outside. Oh, my goodness. Right at the knees, black part of the plate. Call the ball, and it's 3-2. But thankfully, no more public schools having to play private schools in the state playoffs. I'm so happy for that. Payoff pitch, here it comes, 3-2, fouled away down the third base line. Don't want to call any names out, don't want to call any teams, players, or coaches, but it was brought to my attention yesterday that one particular team down here playing in AAA has a player on its team who lives 2 hours away from the school. Wow. And, private school, and you basically get to go out and create a team. Here comes the 3-2. Just missed at the knees again for ball 4. Boy, Kylie is not getting that outside corner, and that's the second walk of the inning. So it's going to be a walk to the pinch hitter for Pickens. That's Coleman. And now runners on first and second with 1 out, and it's going to be back to the top of the order with Charlie Finley, the catcher.
And that's the side of the plate he's been wearing us out.
Yes, the inside corner all day to us. But I guess with a left-handed batter out there, it's not the same. So runners on first and second for Pickens, trying to hang on for dear life and stay in this tournament. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jackson put a 3-spot on the board, as we'll have number 6 coming back in here for Pickens to run at first base. That is going to be River Becker, the second baseman. So Coleman will hit, Becker will run.
Double zero is re-entering for 6. 5 for 1. 5 for 1.
All right, so there are your changes.
No, 6. All right,
Six came in.
6 came in for double zero.
All right, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Becker came in to run for Coleman.
And 5 came
Five, Crenshaw.
in.
Skyley Crenshaw is running at second.
For
Yes.
Thurmore.
So here we go with 1 out. Runners on first and second. Lawrence is ready. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Again, top of the order, Charlie Finley, the catcher, is at the plate. Finley today, a pop out to the pitcher, a walk, and then a pop out to shortstop. Jackson 2 outs away from advancing. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the mid, and it's strike 2. Again, folks, if Jackson can hang on here, we are back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. to take on Gordon Lee. We'll be right back here, same Facebook page, same YouTube channel, if we can hold on. But we can't cash that check just yet as the 0-2 misses upstairs. There's 1 out in the 7th. We saw what happened last game with 1 out in the 7th. This thing is not done until the Bachelor family is singing over to our right. Until Jeff is standing up, doing his best version of Conway. Kylie's ready. The 1-2 pitch. Hit hard and down the left field line. It's going to be a foul ball. Oh, my goodness. That ball just missed. Or is it a fair ball?
No, it was foul. The umpire down the left field line.
Umpire down the
held both
line
hands.
said foul ball, yeah.
Foul ball.
Yeah, it's a foul ball. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Pickens was celebrating. Their girls are in the dugout going nuts, thinking they just got a 2-run double. But, again, our view from here, it was close. I'm not sure fair or foul. It was close, but the umpire down the third base line did throw both arms up, indicating a foul ball. I mean, it was clear. Everybody here in the park saw it. But, again, he's right on top of the line, so we're going to go with his call.
And I'm glad we have an umpire down that line.
Yes, absolutely.
Because that grass, it just hides that line down
You
there.
cannot see the line from home plate at all. The only way you're going to see that line in the outfield is if you're standing on the grass, and that's where the umpire is.
A little bit of a ridge after.
So we'll do another 1-2. Here's the pitch from Kylie upstairs, and it evens the count at 2-2. Top of the order, Charlie Finley, the catcher, is at the plate. It's a 2-2 count, bottom of the 7th. Jackson up 6-1, but Pickens trying to stay alive with runners at first and second. Kylie's ready. The 2-2 pitch outside, and it's full. Kylie has already walked 2 this inning. That's how Pickens has runners on.
Just need to settle down right here. You're up by 5. Let that defense work.
Full count to Charlie Finley. Kylie's ready. The sophomore winds the delivery. Hit out toward right. This is going to get down for a hit. Mack will scoop it up. Throw to the plate. Going to be close. Cassie has it. Tag is good in time. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why Mackenzie North is going to be playing college softball next year. Second time in as many days, she throws out a runner at home plate trying to score from second, and that is the second out here in the 7th inning. Big Mac with a big play. And let's also give a big tip of the cap to Cassie Glover, the catcher, taking that on the hop and applying the tag a little up the third base line, and that's going to be out number 2.
Just a thing of beauty. She didn't get in a hurry, didn't get rushed. Nice, calm. She knew what was fixing to happen.
And now Jackson is 1 out away, and here comes Allie Long with 2 outs. First pitch, chopped out toward third. Layla's got it. In time, throw to first, and the Devils win.
Way to battle back by Pickens, though. They stayed in it as long as they could.
Jackson will hang on to a 6-1 victory and move on to the next round of the Elite 8 tomorrow morning and take on Gordon Lee. 11 a.m. Friday morning. Another elimination game coming up for the Devils. And again, Jackson is going to be taking on a team who has been ranked number 1 in the AAA polls just about the entire season. And we will get them first thing tomorrow morning at 11. But what a ball game here tonight with Jackson and Pickens. Jackson had a little luck on their side there in the top of the 7th. That error at second base certainly helped seal this one. But what an effort by Pickens. They come down here in the Elite Eight, play tough against one of the toughest teams in the state, but just ran out of gas a little bit here in this one against Jackson, and that'll be the end of the year for the Dragons. Final again, it's Jackson 6, it's Pickens 1. Want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in to the broadcast. Thanks to everybody for joining us here at the park, and we hope you will come back and wake up with us tomorrow morning for another big game of Jackson High School Lady Devil Softball presented by the May and Carter Oil Company. Congratulations to the Devils. 6-1 winner here tonight against Pickens. For Flint Gavel and Josh Biles, I'm Chad Feltman, signing off from Columbus. And as always, saying go Big Red. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Good night, everyone.
you